No bars off. Huh. Yeah. MCs take no bars off.
Welcome to a special edition of No Bars Off. I got my guy with me.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. We didn't get to talk about the last album officially, so I'm privileged.
Oh wow.
To do this one.
I didn't realize that.
yeah.
Oh man, I owe you that.
Yeah, we kept missing each other.
Yeah.
But
I didn't realize that. Oh, because I went to Europe right away. Yeah. I'm like, yo, why wouldn't you do that? Yeah.
Yeah, for those that are just tuning in, this might be a Patreon episode, man. I feel like I might need to, you know what I mean? It's exclusive right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little different today. This is like a listening party. This is my first time hearing, so,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Hopefully some of y'all that haven't heard it, this will be y'all first time.
Yeah.
I go by the name of Shasta Miller right here with me, my brother, writer extraordinaire, one of the best pens in the business, you know, one of the most elite MCs. People call him slept on. I don't really consider him slept on at this point because I feel like his talent speaks for itself. Whether you are hip to it or not, that's on you. But he's been in the game for so many years, been one of the most consistent MCs, one of the most consistent writers. Producers brag about working with him. His pen game is not just elite. His storytelling, his flow, his stage shows. You'll see him with a live band doing his thing, timeless, you know what I'm saying, flows just like it's nothing, whether it's a band, whether it's instrumentation, whether it's the track. Like, his versatility is unmatched. My brother that I've known for over 23 years. We've done music together.
Yeah.
He's also an excellent chef. I want
thank you.
to give him love for coming to my birthday and bringing the wings and the lemon pepper salmon, like, you know what I'm saying,
cheese,
macaroni and cheese. Yeah. We've bonded over the years, so I just want to appreciate and salute my brother SKYZOO. What's good, family?
Listen, man, I'm about to leave. You did the whole intro, the outro. I'm about to leave.
Nah. We
can't live up to that. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Especially coming from you. You know those words, and you know, I know it's not just on camera. There's no theatrics. You know what I mean? I know you feel that way, and obviously it's mutual. You know, it's funny. I was saying to myself yesterday, I was getting ready for today. I was like, okay, tomorrow I got to go pull up, boom, and I was like, man, I don't know if heads know. My bro Stem was really like that. It still is. But I was like, yo, in his heyday, that guy on the picture, he was like that,
I rapped a little bit, man.
It was, you know what I mean? I'll make fans say amen, boys want to be men, ladies say he's a demon. I forgot the C-men part. He was like that in his day, man. You know what I mean? So coming from you, you know what I mean? I appreciate the love every time you throw it. You know, it's like you said, it's family. You know what I'm saying? Like over the years, just the bond continuing to flourish and bloom, and it's brotherhood. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you 100%. You know, whatever you need, don't exist. Whatever the family upstairs need, don't exist. This is my first time on the show in a while, but I'll be at your crib all the time. And vice versa.
I babysat your bird.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A literal bird, the little pigeon that be floating around. That was in my house.
That was a dope experience, though.
Yeah, he bird sat for me.
I bonded.
Yeah, you could take her if you want. We got real life. We got a bird in my house as a pet. Aurora is in the house with a cage and lives there and treats and all. Yeah, but you know he bonded with us. So I'm like, take her. I don't care.
I held it down for a week, man. That was dope. And I wanted you threw out my rap, so if I hear something on here that I need a remix, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm getting. I didn't know you still.
I'm getting back. I got a little setup over there. People been requesting.
You got the new Mac.
People been requesting, you know, little raps in there. So I started, you know, trying to get it back.
And
man.
is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it back.
You don't lose your form. You know what I mean?
Nah. You lose the hunger. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Now I got more. Like, my mind is different. I'm more critical. Yeah, but I don't have the same hunger, so it's a little different. Yeah, but I enjoy.
That's a blessing though, because if you don't have that, and that go for anybody. If you don't have that hunger, it's because you full in so many other areas. You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing. Look at your crib. Look at I don't got that hunger no more. I'm chilling. Go upstairs, watch the game. You know what I mean? Like, we was hungry outside. Like, we gotta get this deal. You know what I mean?
We was
guy, and you know what I mean?
Like, though, I don't think people understand what it meant to be at different clubs. Every shows,
Rest
every
in peace,
single
Jay
night.
Hatch. Rest in peace, Jay Hatch, man. The architect of it all, the anchor. You know what I mean? Who had us there and Tor and Nina and Esso and Donnie.
We was on stages. You know what I'm saying?
Every night.
stages.
Every night, man.
And
so
if you
many
wasn't on
spots.
stage, you going to somewhere just to be seen or to see who outside. Like, man, I was
It
a
was
different
still in the
world.
lab the next day.
And still in the lab.
To work because
Different
it wasn't no
world.
social media, you know what I mean? So you had to go outside. You couldn't be in the lab posting while the beat is getting looped up.
Nah,
you had to be outside, then hit the lab.
Yeah.
There was none of this. That
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
exist. You
yeah.
had to go to the library and get on MySpace. You know what I
Until
mean?
Donnie Goins showed me how to do it.
Right.
And I was like, wait, what's happening
You
here?
had to go to a computer and sit
Yeah.
Yo, I remember being at people's houses for like holidays and being
Yeah.
like, y'all could use your computer for a little while. I need to check my MySpace. You know what I'm saying? And like check
crazy.
messages and send
That's
out a
crazy.
post or something. You know what I mean? It
Yo.
wasn't none of this on the phone while you walking your dog, watching the bird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like,
I feel like I talked
we
about
was
this before at Mac's video shoot for that
For the
flavor,
flavor, yeah.
the flavor joint, and Donnie had the laptop out and was tweeting, and I was like, yo, what you doing? Like I'm almost clowning
why
him.
you have a computer here?
Yeah, I'm like, what you doing? And he
Shout out to
reaching the
Donnie.
world, like, yo,
Right.
shout out to Donnie, man.
Yeah.
Shoot, man.
But so we go back.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
For real. So what? 03, 04.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
04. You know what I mean?
It,
So
it
we go
probably was,
back.
it was 03,
Yeah?
honestly, yeah.
Okay, 03.
Because I meant to go grab the tapes. Oh shoot, I forgot the tapes. I gotta get them.
Oh man.
Talk about the album though. Let's
Yeah. Oh man, Views of a Lifetime. So I call it an EP because it's short. It's 9 records. It's probably like a half hour.
Okay.
Everybody's like, "Yo, you bugging? That's an album in
Yeah,
2025."
that's
I'm like,
an
I guess so, but I'm used to 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And whatever.
Yeah.
But so Views of a Lifetime, man. You know me, I drop every year. That's my thing. I like to drop every year as long as the mood and the inspiration is there. I'm not just gonna force it, but thankfully it is. I like to drop every 12 months in some capacity. So it's like, yo, I got to get something out this year. And coming off Keep Me Company. Keep Me Company is about growth.
Right.
So now this is, okay, you're growing. Now you over here and you look back at what was. So that's why it's called Views of a Lifetime. It's like looking back on your life or whatever. And it's funny, we started the conversation talking about those times and everything, the 03, 04s, 05. Because a lot of it is like you come in at that stage, and I know you can relate more than a lot of people. You come in at that stage and you have all these expectations, things that you think is gonna happen, things that you know is gonna. I know it's gonna be this, and you realize it's not that.
Yeah.
Sometimes a lot of times when people hear that, they feel it's for worse, but sometimes it's for better that it didn't go that way.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like certain things where you like. A lot of times with me, I'm like, yo, God knew what he was doing because some of this stuff that I'm not built for that. Like I would have spazzed out, you know what I'm saying, and risked everything. You know what I'm saying?
I say that often, man.
God knew, like I know you want to be over there, but I ain't gonna let you get over there. And I'm sitting in the crib like, yo, God, why you won't let me be over there?
Yeah.
That's why, because you would have lost it. You know what I mean? And you would have been doing X, Y, Z in the Bing right now. You know what I mean? Because yo, I'm not built to move like them. I'd have flipped out. You know what I'm saying? And risked doing my life away. So so it's you look back on certain things.
Yeah.
You look back on your life, and it's Views of a Lifetime. So now I speak a lot about that. I speak a lot about, one of my favorite lines on it, man. You get into it, where I said, I put culture over money. I put strangers over me. You know what I mean? That's one of my favorite lines I ever wrote. If I had to pick 20 Skyzoo lines, that would be in there. I said, I put culture over money. I put strangers over me. Yeah, I still picked up a bag, but ain't no range on what it could be. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I still got paid. I still was successful in this game, but there's no range. It's no telling what this could have been if I decided to give in and go the other way. Like when you think about sacrifice, the definition of it, I put strangers over me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. Yeah, we all did. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, yo, you could either be this guy that, sells 50 million records and your great grandkids will never know what work feels like.
Yeah.
Or you could say, I want to make music that's going to touch the people and be a voice and be impactful and live beyond me. But my moms may still have to work. My peoples may still have to do X, Y, Z. I may have to still tour and do X, Y, Z at whatever age or whatever. That's I put strangers over me. Like, I'm making this music for y'all. I don't even know y'all. Like, you know me as a listener.
That's dope.
The hundreds of thousands of people or whatever all over the world and whatever that have touched my music. But I don't know y'all. Y'all are you know what I mean? So I put strangers over me. I cared about the impact that I would have on y'all and how the music would serve y'all more than I cared about myself. That's a sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? So like, I put culture over money. I put strangers over me. You know what I mean? So, that's what this album really is about. It's, realizing those things and what moments you're okay with and what moments you're not. So that's what the project's about.
All right, I want to get into it, man.
Yeah, the first joint. This is Tags at the MoMA, as in the Museum of Modern Art. You know, produced by Camouflage Monk, Griselda, all that. So, Tags at the MoMA, man. You know, would you tag up inside of the MoMA?
Yeah.
Throw a piece over a piece. You'll hit. You'll hit. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know, there's a term that goes around, and the term is all city. I know you're familiar with the term. And the way the term was explained to me when I first started writing was to be up, you know, basically on all lines or as many lines as humanly possible.
1, 2, somebody make some noise out there.
1, 2 though, backpack rapper with a call log like Pluto's. Biggest in my planet, but still carving a loophole. Cause they try to dwarf you for your hug, going where you go. I throw you a line, you know it's twofold. You say you got it the first time, that's all pseudo. Lift you off your feet out of love like this was judo. I'm Big Worm, watching you count while knowing who's home. Your fave had you fostering more than you ever wanted. And they lay down and turn a new leaf like they was Juno. Telling you if you in, then they in. Kudos, the L in they page can make them change where they suit go, right? And I'm on the side talking that you know he one of them one-of-ones with the duos, which had me paying gentrified rent prices with euros, where they load the trunk and then transport it through Turo. The wonderful world of young scholar who 42 but caught a groove like 25ers. With tragedy Gaddafi's from the lobby has the riders. It's a war report cover for who wanna unalive us. Countless tenement floors that keep you grounded, where they say it's best to play corners to get around shit. GPSing on a loose leaf, who wanna come with me? My escape route could be wagered out in Sotheby's. So would you tag up inside of the MoMA? Add history to history, divide up the quota, throw a piece how you see it, leave it how you leave it, till somebody repeat it and they dying to notice. Yeah. My cartoon years was in the checks, which turned to watching D-Rock and Biggie from my steps, which turned to LB flags and my new friend sweats. Lex, Coops, Beamers, and Benz getting Renee neck. What's the science? I'm a Brooklyn and South Side Alliance. Where's co-defendants, co-signs, or consignment? I'm talking farmer in the deli round the corner lines. I'm talking fast break with the armor sign. More than a writer, I'm the definition of us. Master sketch, Lord of pen and you doubles. More than the tape legend, homie and scholar. More than the ghost penner, son, I'm a scriber. The Jalen Brunson of creating couplets. Fuck it, if money talks, the whole world about the paying duffels. See, I'm a lyricist hope, I'm not his pipe dream. So when they think of a goat, I'm what the hype means. The light beams and it finds you in the sky blue. Cause God's tent makes logical sense. Don't follow me, young, and follow my prince. I'm not a role model. Well, a little bit. I'm Black Panthers and gold bottles. The irony of what we want and what we need is only gonna have to be explained to the Elohim. My jury's still on as well as my beret. And the scheme gonna be at least 20 cans a day. Cause it's like, would you tag up inside of the MoMA? Add history to history, divide up the quota, throw a piece how you see it, leave it how you leave it, so somebody repeat it and they dying to notice.
Pay for the outros. Damn,
Yeah.
you set it off like that, huh?
Yeah. You know, I always do it where like the first record on the album is just like one long verse.
Yeah.
Even if it's a hook in there, it's gonna feel like
Yeah,
one
nah.
thought. You know what I mean?
I
I
love
always
that.
do that. Everybody knows my intros is always just one banger. You know what I mean? Like
Damn.
just one run.
It's a lot of
Oh,
layers
it's loaded.
in there,
Yeah.
man.
You know it's gonna be that way every trip, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you know, 1, 2 though, backpack rapper with a call log like Pluto's. You know,
Yeah.
Future, you know, biggest in my planet was still carving a loophole because they try to dwarf you for your hood going where you go. The idea of this is nerd science shit, but like Pluto, you know, the neighborhood, they try to dwarf you for your hood going. They said like when you research Pluto and is it really a planet or not, and da-da-da-da-da, and, you know, then it'll all come together. But they call it, like, outgrowing the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So they say, like, they try to dwarf you. So all that is in it if you research about literally Pluto. If you just Google Pluto and do the scientific research on it.
I love it.
They try to dwarf you for your hood going where you go, you know what I mean? And, you know, following you out. Literally, they say Pluto, when it outgrows its neighborhood, it dwarfs its neighborhood. That's like the scientific terminology of it. Real nerd shit, but
nah, that's
you know what I'm saying. But then the
definitely,
Pluto element of Future, you know what I mean. Backpack rapper with a call log like Pluto's the biggest in my planet. They say Pluto is the biggest in his planet while not being, you know what I mean. So it's just like, you know, I throw you a line, you know, it's twofold. You say you got it the first time, that's all pseudo. You know what I mean? Like that's you ain't get it the first. I got. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You know what I mean? That's all pseudo. You know, lift you off your feet out of love. Like this was judo. They say judo is, you know, the karate practice where it comes from out of love. Like it's the one that's really based in love and not wanting to hurt your opponent. So lift you off your feet out of love. Like this was judo. I'm Big Worm watching you count while knowing who's home. You know what I mean? Friday. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I love the Juno line too.
Oh yeah. That's one of my favorites. Yeah. You know the your fave had you fostering more than you ever wanted. Then they lay down and turn a new leaf like they was Juno. Like I don't want to do this again. You know what I mean? Like telling you if you in and they in, kudos. Because you know the movie Juno, she wrote the note. And she was like, if you in, then I'm in. You know what I mean? So telling you if you in and they in, kudos. The Ellen A. Page can make them change where they suit go. Ellen Page, the actress.
How do you, when you write stuff like that?
Yeah.
A lot of, because it's a lot of back-to-back stuff that has to be figured out.
Rapid.
And
no breaks,
and you have this thing of you'll have, like you said, nerd stuff.
Yeah.
And for the listener, it's like you're trying to catch up. But it's still
more coming.
It's still enjoyable. Like when you're writing the Ellen Page line, like that to me that stood out so much because I was like, man, with all of the entendres, with all of the layers, you know what I'm saying? That to me that was like almost light. You know what I'm saying? Like and I was like, damn, it almost makes you want to chuckle, but you can't. Not saying you can't rest, but you got to keep listening and keep keep going as a writer.
The train keep moving.
Yeah, that
train keep moving.
How do you decide, all right, I'm going to make the listener work? You know what I'm saying?
For me, it's every record.
Okay.
I never I know how to do it in a way of like, let's say if it's a female-oriented joint, right?
Yeah.
Like on the last album, like Record Store Day, obviously it was all about the girls but there's still those moments, the 6ix9ine, Miles Davis, da-da-da-da-da, and, you know, like, there's still going to be doubles. There's still going to be triples and all that. So even if I'm writing a female-oriented record or a Father's Day record like Milestones and a song for it's still going to be there. But the way to do it, the way to be technical and intentional about it while still making it enjoyable, like you said, is the science. Because a lot of people can go and do something similar, right, and have a double or whatever, but it's like they attacking you.
Right.
You could still make it enjoyable with the pocket, with the flow, with the lean, with the bounce, and the way that you give it off without being so because this means this, but this means that too. Like you can still get all of that across while still making it enjoyable. But it is a science. Like it's a science, it's a gift. It's not something I've seen too many people do. You know what I mean? Like Jay does it, of course. Big did it. You know, Nas does it. It's not something I've seen too many people do, but it's something that I learned just from the Bigs, the Jays, the Nas, the Jadakisses, the Maces, you know what I mean? Like I learned from those guys. Like those are the guys that raised me. You know what I mean? The Black Stars, the Black Thoughts. The effortlessness while still doing doubles and triples and all that. And for me, I just want to always one-up myself.
Got you.
I want to one-up myself. I want the listener to be like, yo, who playing with him? Nobody. Like that. For me, that's what it really comes down to. Like, but some people get so caught up in proving how nice they are, they don't prove anything else.
True.
Prove that you're nice, but also make music that lasts. Also tell a story. Also make it impactful. Do all these things at one time, right? Like you cook and make all these flavors work together. That's a real chef. Because a lot of people can follow instructions in the cookbook, but yo, I never thought chicken and waffles would go together. But yo, it works perfect. Like being able to do all these different things at one time and making it work is the science, and that is kind of the elite. That's why I have this saying I've been saying for years, there's a difference between nice and elite. The problem is everybody that's nice gets looked at as elite. Just because you could dribble with your left hand don't mean you it. You supposed to be able to dribble with both hands. Be like, you know what I'm saying? Just because you could dribble with your left, don't, yo, he elite because he got the other hand. Nah, okay. You're supposed to be able to do that. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what it comes down to. But the train is always moving. And for me also, I do that, one, because it's part of my legacy. I'm known for being a double guy, triple guy. And some people be doubles, but they be light doubles. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that was a double, but they both was real easy to catch. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's never going to be that. That's why I said I throw you a line, you know, it's twofold. You say you got it the first time. That's all pseudo. Like, that's pseudo. There is no way in the world you caught all that on one listen.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't too many people that I know that'll be like, I heard it one time, I caught every single line. Not me. Like, Nah, like, you know what I'm saying? And but that's the beauty of it, because I feel like in this climate, and it's been this type of climate for, almost 20 years now. In this climate,
it's been a minute, yeah.
If you listen to a record once, you got it. What was the point of spending $9.99 on it, or $30 on the vinyl, or what? Now, I mean, people don't $9.99 nothing no more. But what was the purpose of spending money on it and taking time out and going to the show? If I listened to an album one time and I got it all right, cool. But it's like reading a book. People buy books, you read the story one time. Yeah. You read that story, you don't ever have to read it again. But there's certain books, biography of Malcolm X, blah, 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 that you keep reading over and over, even though you read it 100 times, because there's still so much more that you're getting from it. So it's the same. It's the same thing with the music. You know what I mean? So my thing is like making it worth it. So much music out here nowadays. People listen to it once and they got it. There's a lot of music I listen to. I ride around. I heard it one. I'm like, I heard it. It was good. I heard it. But then there's certain albums where I'm like, I gotta go back to that. Whether it's old stuff like everybody you got here on the carpet, whether it's newer stuff. I gotta go back to that. I gotta go back to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, to break that down and figure it out and still get more from it. So for me, that's what I do. My thing is continuing to serve you. So in 5, 10, 20 years on these anniversaries, you like, I'm still picking apart this album. Because we still pick apart Illmatic. We still pick apart Life After Death, Reasonable Doubt. We still pick that apart, 20, 30 years later. So I want you to be able to still pick my catalog apart.
Absolutely.
When my son is graduating college, you know what I mean? He's still like picking it apart, you know what I mean? You coming up to him at graduation, he like, that's my dad, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to still pick it apart, because that means it was worth it, you know what I mean?
You set this off beautifully, man.
Thank you, man. And the beat is dirty, but it's this elegant sample with the piano. So it felt like an art show.
It did.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then when the drums drop and you just hear the sample with the strings and the keys, it feels like an art show. It feels like you're just walking through the MoMA, you walking through, you're walking through an art gallery, and, they're showing you this art, and then you hear the spray paint cans in the back shaking up and all that. And on the intro, that's a skit, that's Scheme. The graffiti legend, good friend of mine, very good friend of mine, legendary from Style Wars and all that. One of the greatest graffiti, I feel the greatest graffiti artist ever. That's a skit from, it's not from Style Wars, it's from like the 10 year? I think the 10-year anniversary or 15-year anniversary of Style Wars, where they interviewed some of the heads that was in it. So that was from that. So he's like reflecting and looking back on what it was. So he's like, when I was writing, there was a thing called, going all city, tagging up on all the lines. And so that's from that. So again, it goes back to the whole looking back thing. You know what I mean? So I just snatched that, from that documentary or whatever. But it's just, would you tag up inside of the MoMA, add history to history and divide up the quota? Like, this art is up there, but would you tag on top of that art and turn it into more? And now it's worth even more. And you divide up that quota like, I get this much and you get that much because you made the art, but then I got on top of it and went crazy. You know what I mean? So just playing with it like that, like, throw a piece how you see it and leave it how you leave it till somebody repeat it and they dying to notice, like paying it forward and like, I want to do that. I want to be like that guy. You know what I mean? Like, would you risk it all? Would you sacrifice for the better good and pay it forward? So the next generation be like, I want to be like Skyzoo the same way I wanted to be like Nas and Jay and Big and Murder and Kiss, and you know what I mean? Like, I want to be like Skyzoo, I want to be like Shot Stimuli. You know what I mean? Like, would you do what it took to be looked at as that guy, even if you had to sacrifice X, Y, Z in yourself? You know what I mean? So that's tags at the MoMA,
That's fire.
Yeah,
that's fire.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Setting it off.
Yeah.
I know we can't go line blind, but pick out your moments.
But we're gonna play the whole record.
I wanna go through.
I got time. My kid's sleep. You know what I mean? My son is asleep. So this is.
I'm gonna get right to it. We talking about.
Regardless of what they write it like, or what they've been writing like, or what they gon' write it like, none of them write it like him. None of them.
Bury me with a Sharpie, the same way you greeted me. Standing ovation like you got a mausoleum. Me all for the same ink that'll write you out the scenery. You lucky I'll be finding my way to find a decency. Know what I was up against before anyone seated me. Park bench, musical chairs made me a deity. Follow how you feel, but the chariot got a low jack. Lockjaws crowded my lobby, ducking the Kodak. It be hard to understand, but I level to some. Me speaking the double meanings got me second to none. And all the idols who inspired you is dead on they run from off a target. And the markets thinking you never become. I answer the bat signal that they put in the air and get them sounding back to normal like I took their veneers. The man-child in the promised land who left off the stairs and wrote everything 2 for 1 like it's better in pairs, like where we at. Yo, you gotta pardon me, I knew that how y'all act. I was cut more godly, you jumping out the pack on whatever that call be. You bet I'ma react like I'm moving at God's speed. That young and where we at. Yo, you gotta pardon me, I knew that how y'all act. I was cut more godly, you jumping out the pack on whatever that call be. You bet I'ma react like I'm moving at God's speed. Like BAM! In the middle of a heavenly run, for hell's sake, doing God's work to the sound of a shell case. If heavy is the head when the crown gets set in place, then you copy the dub is proof of me selling weight. Automatic, I'm do-rags cut from Dior fabric. Overcharging for what y'all did to Mark Jackson. Observe it like the Sabbath. All praise due like the Juma, cause they be ducking 12 in my Uma. They talking allegiance, I'm talking reading the final call on the way to Freaknik. I'm in and out the deep end, I'm in and out the sequence. Apologies for the dichotomy I bees in. I'm still trying to tweak shit, all for your convenience. My talk BDK, my plate is crown fried. My denim is PBJ, the shepherd leading the way to your dope binge. And slide like left eye on Donnell Jones shit. Like, ayo, where we at? Yo, you gotta pardon me, I knew that how y'all act. I was cut more godly, jumping out the pack on whatever that call be. Bet I'ma react like I'm moving at God's speed. That young and where we at? Yo, you gotta pardon me, I knew that how y'all act. I was cut more godly, jumping out the pack on whatever that call be. Bet I'ma react like I'm moving at God's speed. Like my corner was kings of New York and invisible bullies. Bad boys moving in silence, gripping the fully. Panther pride was standing by, see where that put me? I grew Corey Maggette shoulders to fit this hoodie. Know the basics, and basically speaking, ain't no adjacent. The same way I know J-Dubs like I know the basement. Your breed gotta be from that deck to know your way in. To keep you out that water, you gon' have to know adjacent. Everything's for the taking. They told that through a Brooklyn night, playing Billy and Fame tape with all my lookalikes. Same one at AP English from out the front door to stay behind that front door and win the Dutch wars. Hugged me twice the way y'all Jack Sky, and the flood all over like if y'all baptized. Through the streets out in Bed-Stuy, high dap 5 and throw dubs. Show love, baby, hate me why? Be easy.
Yeah, shout out to my man Twami. That's Pardon Me. Twami did that. You know what I mean? Twami did that. When I heard the joint that he sampled the where have you been? But he turned it into a knocker.
Crazy.
I was like, yo, you know what I mean? Like,
cause that joint, the song, that original song was crazy.
Yeah.
But the way he flipped that with them drums.
Right. I was like, yo, this is a madman. This is like, cause when you hear Where Have You Been, it's so sad and like, you know, Daddy left, you know, Siegel and Jay, fuck you, Dad. It's a sad song. So for Son to turn it into a knocker, I was like, yo. I was like, yo, I need this, B. Like, when he played this, I called, I was like, yo, this right here?
Yeah, I might need to get on this remix, bro.
I was like, bro, I need this, B. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was like, I need this, B. He was like, yeah, that's you. Nobody got that. I made that on the iPhone. I was like, you what? He said, I made that on the iPhone, bro, just sitting there at work. I was like, bro, I need that. Send them stems, man. I just, you know, just keep, you know, telling the story of this duality and looking back and what it is, you know.
Final Call on the Way to Freaknik is crazy.
They talking elitist. I'm talking reading the Final Call on the Way to Freaknik. I'm in and out the deep end, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
stupid.
Yeah, you know, just what it really is. So, you know, I just wanted to go, man. Like I grew Corey Maggette shoulders to fit this hoodie. You know, the basics. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? When you dealing with, okay, I'm this, but I'm also this. That's a lot to carry.
Corey Maggette shoulders.
I grew Corey Maggette shoulders to fit this hoodie, know the basics, and basically speaking, ain't no adjacent. Same way I know J-Dubs, like I know the basement. Your breed got to be from that deck to know your way in. To keep you out that water, you're going to have to know adjacent. You know what I mean? Like Jason, Friday 13th, and, you know, out the waters, Camp Crystal Lake. But then Jason is Inspector Deck. And all his shit got lost in the flood in RZA's basement. Keep you out that water, you're going to have to know adjacent. You know what I mean? Like, everything's for the taking. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you know, the train don't stop, man. It's just keep up. And if not, it's cool. You can rewind, but keep up. You know what I mean? Like, that's the beauty of it. You got the record. You ain't hearing it on the radio. You got the record. Or even this, you watching the show, scroll it back, pause it, Wikipedia, scroll it back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want to put the lyrics on it. I don't know if I have enough time, but y'all going to have to.
Whatever you need, I'll send you all the lyrics.
Y'all got to work, man. I'm sorry. Nah, this is hard.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
That's hard.
It was just when I heard, I was like, oh my gosh, I heard this beat. I was like, Jesus Christ, because I never heard no one. I know the sample, but I never heard no one fly that sample like that. Because when you hear that sample, you think sadness and melancholy.
It depends. You gotta be of a certain age,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Because you know it from that, mommy, where daddy, where have you been? And it's a beautiful song.
Oh man,
and it's such a strong. Siegel lost his mind on that.
Yeah. Nah.
Jay lost his mind on that. It's such a beautiful song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? About their fathers not being in their life.
That song made me call my father, yo.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's ill.
Yeah. I told Jay that. I was like, yo, that song. Yeah. That's when I really I knew I wanted to do music. When it made me do a call to action.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Right.
That a song made me
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
So when I heard that,
I
was like, yo, what are you doing playing with that sample and going over to that side of the street with it? You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, I need that. Before anybody else get that and not know what to do with it, I need that. And I'm going the whole opposite. I'm not doing nothing story, sad. This is a knocker. Like, this could get played in the tunnel. This is a knocker. You know what I mean? So I was like, we going all the way across the street with this. Twami, man, Atlanta Zone, you know what I mean?
Oh, you from out here?
Yeah, you know Twami.
Do I?
He been in the crib for the barbecues. You know Twami. You know, if you see him, you know him. Yeah.
Well,
Twami
shout out to you,
Atlanta.
Twam. Damn, that's crazy.
Twami worked on the Pete and Common album. He got a Grammy nom for that.
Dope.
Yeah, he co-produced the Sunshine joint.
Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
When the sunshine.
Yeah.
He co-produced that with Pete. Yeah,
Man,
he got a Grammy nom for that. Yeah.
Drums is crazy.
Atlanta's on. He's a drum god, B.
Yeah, drums.
All his drums is like that. It's just bounce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
welcome
to the Twami portion of the show. Twami, what's up, baby?
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it going. Man.
Yeah, this is The Wager, produced by my man Cartoon Beats.
Okay.
He does a lot of stuff for Lloyd Banks. He's like Banks' in-house producer. He did the joint with me and Meth, The Workload.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. Cartoon is crazy. So, here it is.
What's the wager? What's the wager? What's the wager? What's the wager? Yeah. Yo. Don't mind me, I'm over-minded. My only mistake was believing and coinciding. How they wanna talk a parade but don't know the climate. My heroes told me army fatigues had open lining. It ain't hard to tell. The rewind button was talking braille, so you scrolling back on your phone is how you caught the trail. Follow the leader for everything that you start to feel, until it's time for your heart to get in the car for real. Running down on the spirit of everyone who shot the spirit out of us. Like, yo, hit the lights, make mama proud of us. Riding forth and back, or make a slum out of your village. You try to sympathize until you run out of forgiveness. Like, if we gon' be in this, then we coming by the pillage. Knowing privilege is not in the barcode. My For You page is Alan Payne and the CB4 Escape, where by default my screen on dark mode. Like throwing your war clothes, suited in the name of survival. 14 like a 97 Averex model. Aim it tomorrow and roll up like we been there. Fill up a bench, empty a Philly in the thin air. But they said to forget there. Treat it like a view of the past, till you look at the ones who saying it like you wouldn't last. Knowing most let it ride and then overstay they welcome, but overlooked it all cause they just hope they stay to help them. Double down knowing how you wanted more stardom, playing with people's lives like dollar store condoms. Some more weight at the bottom, how the pendulum moves. When I lose, I grew up seeing my friends on the news. And your stripes is forever, numbers is come and go though. Put the money first and regret it like Juan Soto. The run never seemed so far, and that's how they rope you. Trying to find the digits on a square like Sudoku. That was the focal, the point taken that they owed you. Long as you make sure they always treat you like they know you. All said and done, know I done it for the hopefuls. GQ at the rough house, king of the locals. Bucket low like fuck it though, you know the rest of it. The only heart to heart that I got was put your chest in it. Clear and present danger, it comes with the decadence. The scars is a reflection of God, call it evidence. I'm just setting precedence, whatever remains is enough to sketch around what I left on the page. My son is 7 with waves, he look like 96 27 mace by the swings. Every 7 days, a weekly routine. Word that shaving groove. The scene different than the last. And a closed caption will benefit you if you ask. I'm just trying to get you where intuition is a fact. I'm just trying to get you to take the stickers off your hat. Please don't mind, like I'm placing an Ishkabibbles order. And then headed down the Walnut Street as a Knick supporter. Buying everything, blowing orange everything. The city in the front seat, the moment that you let me sing. Told you so, hope you get to understand before you get the overdose. Either way, you can't say that you ain't get to know me though. Bed-Stuy, fly, Clinton Hill, chill. Southside slide and born in Ebbsfield. What's the wager? What's the wager? On cue, it's me and you like we neighbors. I just need a little bit of gold and a pager. I'm talking O'Shea, fucking up a label. What's the wager? What's the wager? On cue, it's me and you like we neighbors.
What's the
I just
wager,
need a
baby?
little bit of gold and a pager. I'm talking O'Shea, fucking up the label. So what's the wager? What's the wager? On cue, it's me and you like we neighbors. I just need a little bit of gold and a pager. I'm talking O'Shea, fucking up a label. What's the wager?
You know what I mean? Like, you don't get heart to hearts. It's just, yo, go do that. The only heart to heart that I got was with the chest in it. Playing present danger. Come with the decadence. The scars is a reflection of God. Just call it evidence. You know what I mean? Like, that's evidence that he love you, that he there, because you got scars, meaning you survived that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just setting precedence, whatever remains. You know what I mean? Like,
It was another line. That line, damn, I almost forgot.
riding forth and back to make a slum out of your village.
Damn.
Try to sympathize until you run out of forgiveness. You know what I mean? Like the whole boys in the hood thing. Hit the lights, make mama proud of us. Like, yo, hit the lights, hit the light.
Yeah.
He was trying to avenge that, you know what I'm saying? On Ricky and yo, hit the lights, you know, riding forth and back, slum village forth and back, you know, riding forth and back, circling that hood, going forth and back, could make a slum out of your village. Like that type of activity turns this place into what it's turned into, you know what I mean? Like riding forth and back and make a slum out of your village. You know, you try to sympathize, but then you run out of forgiveness. Like, I feel what you're saying, but yo, enough is enough. We gotta go get these guys, you know what I mean? Like, if we're gonna be in this, then we coming by the pillage, knowing privilege is not in the barcode. My For You page is Alan Payne in the CB4 Escape, where by default my screen on dark mode. You know what I mean? Like, when he got up out of CB4 and it was, I'm black, y'all, I'm black. You know what I mean? So, throwing your war clothes, suited in the name of survival, 14 like a 97 Avarex model. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Keep going. It was another line. I'm trying to remember that was that.
Aim at tomorrow and load up like we've been here. Fill up a bench and empty a Philly in the thin air. They said to forget that, treat it like a view of the past. Till you look at the ones saying it like you wouldn't last. They telling you, yo, don't worry about that. Like, you saying don't worry about that, but you wouldn't last in that. That's why I'm worried about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, when most let it ride and then overstay they welcome, but overlook it all because they just hope they stay to help them. Double down on it like you wanted more stardom. You playing with people's lives like dollar store condoms.
That was one of the ones.
Playing with people's lives, baby, like dollar store condoms. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, that was
playing with people's lives out here. You know, don't wear those. Just $6 joints. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, I mean, all right. Listen. So this is some mastery with a lot of different styles of rapping and writing that you're using. And the reason I brought up the dollar store condom is because you had imagery and a lot of just picture painting.
Yeah.
And some entendres, flows, symbolism, and then you throw in a simile out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's almost humorous, and it made me laugh.
Make you be like, oh snap.
Yeah. But the way you did it, it wasn't like a whack MC diss. Like you're whack like dollar store condom.
Right.
It was like
exactly. Yeah.
painting the picture, like you talking about life.
Yeah.
And I just thought, man, this song itself is a real masterclass.
Thank you, brother.
And just writing.
Thank you, brother.
So much different ways you approached, and it's storytelling at its finest without you even realizing that the picture being painted is so vivid. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
I'm like, wow.
I always say there's two ways that you could tell a story in hip hop. There's the Nas way, where he would be like, you know, we went outside and did this, and we went in there, and money was waiting for us, and we opened up, and when my man grabbed a 40 out the cooler, and da-da-da-da-da, like, oh, snap, it's like a movie.
Yeah.
Beautiful way to tell stories. I've done that. Then you got the Jay way. Jay never got credited as a storyteller, even though he should have been. Jay is a super storyteller. Most of the time, he's telling stories, but the way he tells them, you overlook it, you glance over it, you like, he don't be telling stories. he ain't give me the who, what, when, where, why, and names, and you know, dark skinned Jermaine, and like Big. You know, Big, of course, obviously, the God storyteller is more on the Nas side, the Slick Rick side. You know what I'm saying? Like today's agenda, I got the suitcase up in the Central, and go to room 112. Yeah, like telling you, okay, this is what happened. We ran into this kid. Yo, the Jamaican kid was in the lobby. The chick was at the lobby receptionist at the hotel. We grabbed her. Cool. Jay would, you know what I'm saying? I sold it off, cracked the OPM, third person. I don't want to see them. So you think he just talking, but he is telling you a story of what actually happened. He's just the way he's telling it is in a first person stance, and it's not who, what, when, where, why. This was this kid's name. This kid had on some red Wallies. This kid had on he don't do it. Like,
it's first person. It's a lot of first person.
Absolutely. So he gets overlooked on that. You know what I mean? So
instead of being a narrator.
So the way I've always told stories was kind of in between. I do a little bit of both.
I noticed that.
So this is that. This is more like, you know, you playing with people's lives like dollar store condoms. There's more weight at the bottom, how the pendulum moves, win or lose. I grew up seeing my friends on the news. I'm telling you a story right there. These are guys I grew up with. I don't know who y'all grew up with, but this was my circle. This was my environment that I had to get out of. You know what I mean? So that's a story in itself, you know. So I do both, you know.
That's dope that you brought that up, because it is a lot of first person omnipotent, and then it's narration, because sometimes you'll talk to the listener, and then sometimes you'll paint the wide picture. And it switches.
But it's always a story. Always a story with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's just amazing.
Thank you, brother.
You know, the reason we do this show is to kind of highlight those types of things, because the listener doesn't think, yo, he's telling the story from narration.
Right,
now he's telling the first person. Now, you know what I'm saying?
We got to walk you through it. And that's why this is No Bars Off. You know what I mean? If there's anybody, listen, that's the logo for this moment. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Take a picture and paint it. The logo. But, you know, No Bars Off, man. Like, that's what's important with this, and that's why this is needed and special, and you know what I'm saying, because of these moments, like breaking it down to be like, nah, bro, but what you did here, to help the listener at home, be like, yo, you know what? Why don't you even catch that? I was just listening to that on the job. I was listening to that on the way to school. Now I'm gonna go back 20 more times. Now it's worth your time. It's worth your energy. It's worth your potential purchase, and it's worth you shunning the bullshit and the negative and the nonsense over there, to put your time in the press and play on this and other things like it. So that's why this is important.
Talk about it. This is a special episode.
We 3 records in, man. We got 6 more. You know what I'm saying?
Special episode.
The train don't stop, man. You know what I mean? This is Sky's like. My man DJ Manipulator on it. Killed it, man. He's one of my go-to guys. He's so marvelous as a producer, man, out of Boston. And I had the idea for a while, you know. Nas is like we all grew up on, 99. I was in 11th grade, losing my mind. Yo, this is crazy. What is he doing? What? You know what I mean? Tape CD covers the squeeze. You know what I mean? Tape CD covers the trees, line a barrel up with your weak pitcher and squeeze. Yo, son would tape CD covers to the tree, go in the park and bust off at it. Like at 16, that's what I'm thinking, because he said it. Yo, he took the CD cover, stapled it, and bust off at it. That's crazy. You know what I mean? So like just hearing that, you know, as a teenager in high school and all that. But then as I got older, you know, just being like, you know, becoming one of those guys in people's eyes, like, yo, I should tackle that, you know, but doing it, one, I knew I was not going to rhyme over the original beat, because at that point, it's just a freestyle. Like, that's corny. 2, I wasn't going to rhyme over the sample. Like, yo, let's grab the sample and chop it. That's corny. You know what I mean? So I wanted to really just make a brand new record, brand new beat, but give it the same energy, the same feel. Format it the same, you know, the open drums in the beginning and then go right into it. Of course, started off with, you know, Freedom of Jail, clips inserted, you know, just to pay the homage and just set it up to let you know. That's the only line I took from it. You know what I'm saying?
I noticed that.
But just to let you know, this is where the train is going.
Got you.
But now we here. We riding in this way. But just to let you know where we at, you know, and in the cuts and all that. But you know, I knew people was gonna, oh word, he gonna touch that? He gonna touch that? That's Holy Grail. Pray on it. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Let's do it. And I told Heads on Live last night, you know, a couple people was like, yo, man, yo, I love your music. And, you know, when you said you was doing this, man, I was like, he gonna do that? But I'm like, oh, word, he did it right. If you ever got to worry about somebody, you know it ain't this guy. Like, if you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we did The Reasonable Doubt. You know, my man said, you know what I mean? My man said, I make boys want to, I make fans say amen and boys want to be men. You know what I mean? Like, if you know what I do on this side,
that was a dope project.
You never have to worry about what's going to be done, how it's going to come across, how it's going to translate. You know that. You know what I mean? So, yo, he going to touch that? Like, I could tackle children's story if I wanted. You know it's gonna be right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's I'm just saying what it is. You know,
that's
so.
real.
The track record is there. This ain't a rookie coming out. This ain't Anthony Edwards rookie year, even though he's a monster. This ain't Anthony Edwards rookie year talking flagrant. Nah, the track record is there. You know what I mean? So don't worry. If I say I'm doing something, B, just sit back and listen, man. Don't worry about it, man. I got you covered.
Shout out to my guy Vic on the video, too.
Absolutely. My bro Victorious. I've been talking to him all day, sending me the files and all that. Yeah. That's family, yeah. Sky's like... Yeah, they sleep.
Manipulator. Yeah. And they call me SKYZOO. Do it like this. Yo, freedom or jail, pick your purpose. A baby's being born the same time cloud is purchased. The beginning and end, the feeling intense. It feel like the ceiling is thin. And then everything above it got a sinister grin. You do the math and count up what play in the field gets you. Where they talk you out the ride the moment the field settles. For all the unknowns that roam in the field left you, I turned letters to numbers and left with a field medal. I'm Bobby Seale's spirit, Ryan Leslie vision. The scheme handwriting with my mother in the kitchen. Triple layered, I got the right three. My diet Panero, my aura Jada, my height chic. I deaded the hype beast. And memory of itching for a dove. Where love will get you killed and getting killed to get you love. Hell or heaven. If we talk God tier and sevens, then of course, you know SKY is how you spell it. Sky's like the writer, the greatest balancing act that ever came with nobody better. For the heroics, shapes on the notice. Sky's like heavy is the head, the crown lay on. Sky's like still truly yours. Remember who you listening to. Sky's like the Silvers with a Motown contract. Numbers on the board like Comstat. I'm built off a contact. I beg one of y'all to get sidetracked. My grad school was 4016 Nas rap. Honor roll. Sky's like public housing, Ta-Nehisi coats. Writing a dissertation about why we real coke. From off of the same waters that was God leaving notes. And the boats that we was on, that's how the prophecy was broke. Center of attention off of following the ropes. You pull up on St. James and you can stop and see the goats. Sky's like Malcolm Jamal Warner on your corner, peeling Stanley off of it. Hand-to-hand ambience, know how that'll move. On the verge, it's off-white from the boat to the concrete boys like caribou. Streets be among you, but peace be upon you. Wind up in between, off speaking on the humble like Sky's like the writer, the greatest balancing act that ever came with nobody better. For the heroics, shapes on the notice. Sky's like heavy is the head, the crown lay on. Sky's like still truly yours. Remember who you listening to. Sky's like Franklin in the blue and orange dancing. The only one more sing is dancing. The same way I'm the feeling of knowing y'all want it one way when it's the other way. I'm the feeling of dealing with duffel weight. I'm like Michael Lee being told to leave your iron at home, and all of a sudden you dying alone. The same ring floating around that was privately owned. For you know, I'm the feeling of Jacob shining his stones. I'm like 40 acres trying to get Alex Haley an Oscar. Receive money from Hall of Famers and corner doctors. The feeling of $1 million in DC at the opening. The feeling of Farrakhan at the podium. So now choose one of your faves, and I can have them shoot a verse at you without them knowing while you be ducking the strays, huh? The benefits of being a Casper, as well as giving my seed my masters. Point game, baby. Guys like the writer.
You want it to be one way.
Yeah, but it's the other way.
You want it to be one way.
Be one way. It's the other way, baby.
But it's the other way.
I could tackle all that. Come on, baby. You know what I mean? I knew what was to be expected if I said, yo, I'm gonna redo Nas. It's like, yo, you bugging yourself. What the fuck, man? Who you think he is, man?
Yeah.
That's who I am. Don't play with me, V. You know what I mean? Like
that third verse, I love that the Casper references.
Yeah.
You know, when I first watched the video, I was like, yo, did he just say that? I was like, he did the duck in the string.
Yeah.
I was like,
choose one of your faves, and I can have them.
Here's the thing. I didn't think people was going to catch it until I saw Casper. I was like, now he put it out there.
I'm trying to help.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
yeah.
help. But, I'm choose one of your faves, and I can have that favorite. I can have them shoot a verse at you without
Right.
them knowing while you be ducking the strays. Where you like, yo, why is my favorite rapper clapping at me out of nowhere and I never met him?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
SK
yeah.
is behind him. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's just talking shit. But like, you know what I mean? Like, don't play with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like, yo,
I thought you was
choose
gonna
one of
leave it there though. Honestly, I was like, all right, they're not gonna get that. And then
Yeah.
I seen the Casper, I was like, oh, he's not playing.
The benefits
I was
of
like,
being
he
a
don't
Casper,
care.
you know what I mean? As well as giving my seed, my masters. Being like, yo, being that I play my Casper, the Friendly Ghost, I could do that. I can make
Yeah.
your favorite rapper diss you, and he won't even know that he's doing it. You know what I
That's-
mean? So,
wow.
because the subliminals and the doubles will be tucked so crazy.
Yeah.
I write the verse for him, and he spit it. And you'll be like, yo, what the fuck? Why is motherfucker so-and-so dissing me, man? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I never even met him. I'm my favorite rapper in the world. Because you was going at me, so now I had to go at you through your favorite. So
Nah, that's-
watch that. That you know what I mean?
that's a crazy
you know what I
stunt,
mean?
though.
So
That's
yeah,
a
so
crazy
you know, I
stunt.
just it's you know how that'll move. On the verge, one of my favorite lines, on the verge is off-white from the boat to the concrete boys like Caribou. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, just the whole off-white Virgil.
Verge, yeah.
But the work is off-white. It goes from the boat to the concrete boys. Yachty is
Yeah.
boat. The concrete boys is his crew. Caribou was a
Caribou.
part of the crew. From the verge is off-white to the boat. And the concrete boys like Caribou.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be rapid. The train ain't stopping.
I love it, and the video definitely. It kind of, I love that it gives away some of the lines, because if you don't know
Yeah.
the Michael.
Sometimes I gotta feed them, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the whole, the ring, how the ring went around to everybody. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
absolutely.
that was the whole part with that.
I mean,
the
we
ring.
could go for
Oh,
hours.
you
bro.
know that. You know Wire Gang, baby. You know Wire Gang.
We
yeah.
are Wire aficionados.
Absolutely,
We could
man.
do a
But,
Wire show.
Yeah. So it's like, just doing all those things and putting those moments together.
Yeah.
And like I said, I knew the shoes that I had to fill if I said
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Nah,
Same thing with
that's
Older
easy.
Reasonable Doubt. It's like, yo, if I'm
Yeah.
gonna fill these shoes, it got to be a way. So if I know if I'm stepping in these shoes, what it's gonna be, and I know how people feel about that record, because I feel
Yeah.
that way about that record.
Nah,
I
you
feel that
torched
way
this, though.
about Nas's like, you know
Nah,
what I mean?
you-
So I'm
you
like,
torched this.
we gotta scorch this. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying?
you
Like we
killed
gotta
it.
go a certain way. I
And
appreciate it, man. It was
The
like,
music
it gotta-
is crazy too.
Yeah, it was like, it gotta be the right beat.
Them pianos,
the right
that
sample,
shit is
you know
like-
what I'm
that shit
saying?
is
Yeah,
moving,
like it
you know
got
what
to,
I'm
you know what I
saying?
mean? So we sat and worked on that. I actually found a sample and sent it to Manipulator. I was like, yo, this is the sample right here. And he chopped it up, and we had a couple different drum patterns, and that one was, I was like, yo, this is it. As soon as I heard, I was
Yeah.
like, that's it, bro. I
Yeah.
was like, send me that beat. I'm gonna go in the basement for the night and start writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Send me that
yeah.
beat. And
Nah, that's crazy.
he sent me the beat, and I went downstairs, man, and
Yeah.
pulled that phone out. Freedom of jail, pick your purpose.
Yeah.
A baby's being born the same time Cloud is purchased.
Yeah.
When Sun said a baby being born the same time a man is murdered. Nowadays, a man being murdered is like buying clout. It's
Right.
like this generation is different. So
Yeah.
now I'm speaking about this generation, like.
Right.
The beginning and end was a baby being born the same time a man is murdered. Now it's like a baby being born the same time somebody is on the net buying
Yeah.
clout and trying to
Yeah,
get their
doing
clout
some
on and
bullshit.
doing shit
Yeah.
for clout. That's the beginning and end.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because that's the
Yeah.
end nowadays. There's so many
Yeah.
motherfuckers out here saying stuff just to say it,
True,
just
true.
for clout. Oh,
Yeah.
snap. Yo,
Yeah.
one kid, 99% of my tweets is negative, but if it make y'all laugh, then it's worth it.
Right. Yeah.
You're a herb.
Yeah.
Straight
yeah,
up,
Yeah.
you're a herb. You're the
Yeah.
dude who we gilled back in the day, the back of your neck.
And
you
it's
know what I
happening
mean?
as common as birth.
Absolutely,
Like it's happening
and that's what
every
I'm
day.
saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like yo,
Yeah.
it's so common nowadays. Like the beginning and end. You know what I
Right,
mean? The
right.
same way Nas was like, when you born, somebody else is dying. Like somebody else is dying. How? By buying clout. They just
Wow.
died because that's how infectious that drug of clout is and how detrimental it is. So that's just where I'm going at it. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So.
Nah,
Yeah,
that's fire.
sky's like, you know what I mean?
That's fire. That's fire. You want to try some of this?
Yes,
Skull Brew?
please, absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
You ever had that?
No.
It has like a little
coffee
taste of
thing.
like
Yeah,
Guinness
yeah,
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Go ahead. That's that.
If y'all don't know, I'm a dark liquor guy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always down with dark liquor. So absolutely, we'll have a little bit of that. Yes.
All right, this is Devotion. Conductor shows up.
Yeah, my man. Shout out my man, the Conductor. It's been a while. A lot of people have wanted to see us work together.
Yeah.
We've been talking for a while. He sent me, packs and folders and all that.
Nice.
And we've been trying to get together for a minute. Actually, the joint him and little brother did, I put that together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Tay had hit me. Shout out to my brothers LB. Fonte had hit me like, yo, Conductor. I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, you can make the intro. I was like, absolutely. So, I put them together, and then 2 weeks later they did the, you know what I mean?
Wow,
so me and Conductor been circling around each other for a while. You know what I mean? We've been texting and calling on the phone, but we hadn't done a joint yet. It was like, yo, let's get a joint. And he sent me like 2 packs, and going through stuff or whatever, and picked up a couple joints. Like, yo, this one. But, for this, I was like, all right, it's an EP, so I'm going to just use one.
Gotcha.
And it was this one or whatever. And, he texted me back right away, yo, bro, you smoked this, B.
I'm
like,
excited.
Yeah, a lot of people wanted to see me and Conductor get together for a while. It's the first of many. Shout to Conductor. He is phenomenal.
Yeah.
He has been able to be him and walk these lines from Drake to Conway,
Ransom.
Skyzoo, to J. Cole, Ransom, to you know what I'm saying? To Leon Thomas, you know what I mean? Like by being one way, and that's him. You know what I'm saying? That's one way. So shout out to my man, the Conductor, man. One time.
Conductor.
The writer and the conductor, a pen and a baton, her rifle tucked by the shutters, thumbing the Quran with a Jesus piece in a duffel. Duck down alumni, I got signed cause of ruckus, with a bowl of Apple Jacks in my living room, sights on a Carter with a Pookie to get us through. He said it himself, I follow suit like an interview. The neighbors throwing hands upstairs made the ceiling move. My crib was 18F by the incinerator. When Brenda had a baby, my crush wanted to imitate her. Same way we saw preacher kids turn into Gator. Same way that I could put your fave on a ventilator. I purify all of this and still reroute to where the brink's at. Heaven in a Ferrero, chocolate tie shrink wrap. In front of the school, blowing beaties out the pink pack. Outgrew the bracelet, had the extra link that. Devoted for me and mine, the way you know it. Run back for me and mine until it's over. Run back for me and mine, shoulder to shoulder. Run back, keep that in mind. You chalk it up to devotion. For me and mine, the way you know it. Run back for me and mine until it's over. Run back for me and mine, shoulder to shoulder. Run back, keep that in mind. You can chalk it up to 718 kid, but raised on Willie Burger energy. So abstract rap won't ever interest me. Pressure bust pipes and bubbles and what you think of me. The thought of me can help them bubble coincidentally. But get to my school days, turning my people to a group page, cleaning on my jury out with toothpaste. Nice enough to make the loop wait. And so me announcing a new tape is 99 Garcelle Bouvet. Perfect. If you've been around us, then we relate. The TDK get louder than TD Jakes, and you playing in a way on this side to get you lost. But never mind, you probably still eat pork. I'm product and hidden flaws. Yo, everything is a step away. The trail waiting for all that was set in place. Like when Chubb Rock was shouting out me and my friends, and superheroes flew around us in a CLS Benz off of devotion. For me and mine, the way you know it. Run back for me and mine until it's over. Run back for me and mine, shoulder to shoulder. Run back, keep that in mind. You can chalk it up to devotion. For me and mine, the way you know it. Run back for me and mine until it's over. Run back for me and mine, shoulder to shoulder. Run back, keep that in mind. You can chalk it up to devotion. My man vowed to help me follow my call. We watched Nelly turning a pop star off of a drive-by song. I sat back like the Mac. My FUBU suit was black. Like all of these defining moments that be coming in 2 packs. Right? I took the bottle when he passed it. My cup plastic. Hennessy splashing, blending in with my fabric. You find God, find a beat or find a cupboard. Used to find a coach who had the key to find your jumper. You know how it go. We from outside. We want vominos, but really we just mirror each other. We all dominoes. Shoulder to shoulder. Dealing with the timing of when you become an OG and when you realize it. Writing demos in a room where they was stepping on dope. Now I drink almond milk and use peppermint soap. Shout out Khalifa Farms. Shout out Dr. Browners. And us for finishing the school of hard knocks with honors of devotion. For me and mine, the way you know it.
Almond milk and peppermint soap. We've grown.
Yeah, man.
You still eating pork.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, yeah, absolutely.
My kids eat pork. Oh man.
Oh, but yeah, you know.
Nah, I was just playing. Nah, this is this feels so right. Like,
Thank you, brother.
Damn, that shit feels like.
Yeah. Thank you, brother.
This is an album. I'm sorry. I feel like you are in a space,
Mm-hmm.
and you've been in this space a few times. You know, dropping every year,
Mm-hmm.
kind of similar to when Hov was dropping every year.
Yeah.
You know, he talks about the Rubik's Cube, trying to put it together,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like you're not gonna make a perfect album because you're gonna look back and be like, I should have did this, should have did that.
Mm-hmm.
But the zone you're in with the writing, and I think the selection of music, but more just the comfort.
Yeah.
It feels right.
Thank you, brother.
It feels
Thank you.
really
Yeah.
like sometimes we do music and we're like trying to do something, or we have a vision. Like, I want people to get this.
Yeah.
I want people to, and then other
This
times
is the
it's
wave
like
right now. Or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
and other times it's like, you know what? I'm where I am.
Yeah.
Join me.
Oh, I've been like that forever, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I don't, back in the day, in
Yeah.
the beginning era,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, I always laugh at this formula, the 4, 5, 6, 7
Talk about
eras,
it.
right?
Talk about
I
it.
think we talked about this before at like a barbecue or something.
Yeah.
So it was like, yo, I need the club joint,
Club
right?
joint.
The manager
Yeah.
dude would tell you, what I need from you, I need the club joint,
Yep.
I need the street joint, I
Girl-
need the down
girl
south
joint.
joint, I
Girl
need the girl joint,
joint. Yeah.
I need the God joint
Yep.
to end the album. You had to have the
Yeah.
God joint. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and it, it was like what? Like the posse cut with your
Posse
crew.
cut.
You know what I'm
spit,
saying?
Spitting joint.
Yeah,
You
you know
gotta
what I'm
let, you gotta let
saying?
dude know you nice.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I'm saying?
You know,
Like,
you had to have your checklist, and like
Yeah.
thank God we got away from that. We as a
Oh.
culture and as a unit got away from that so
Yeah.
long ago. But
Yeah.
I say all that to say, for me, I do what I want to do while also knowing what my people want from me.
Yeah.
And it just so happens we want the same things from one another.
Yeah.
And like what they want from me is what I want, and what the things they want me to do just so happen to be the things I want to do. I don't sit there thinking like, damn, I really want to rhyme over this such and such type beat.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if I do it, it's gonna scare them away. I've had moments like, if you look back on the Celebration of Us, like Heirlooms and Accessories, where the beat changes into some trap shit,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, he killed that. Like
Yeah.
nobody had a problem with it,
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
the way you do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the purpose of it. Like, why did he rhyme on that trap beat? To try to get into Magic City or, Georgia
Right,
Peaches?
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or to tell a story that continued with the boom bap beat that was before it.
Yeah, it felt right.
Record like
Yeah.
I was supposed to be a trap
Supposed to be a
rapper.
trap rapper joint.
Yo,
which was
he's rhyming over
crazy.
this,
Yeah.
and then he flipped it to the trap G.
Yeah, yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Because he just said, he took 3 minutes to tell us he was supposed to be a trap rapper.
Yeah.
Word, really, Duke?
Yeah.
All right, let me show you.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yo, I'm over.
Yeah,
God damn, you was
yeah.
supposed to be that guy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So like,
yeah.
if you're gonna do it in a certain way. So for
Yeah.
me, anything I do, I've always looked back and been like, I'm proud of that kid, all my albums. I'm proud of
Yeah.
that kid. Yo, that kid on the honor roll, that kid graduated cum laude, that kid, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
proud of all my
Yeah.
kids on my catalog. So,
Yeah.
it's a blessing to be able to move like that.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
lot of artists don't have that freedom, whether they major or independent.
True.
A lot of indie artists may be locked into this thing in their own mind because of the fan base that they've built, and they know they can't do X, Y, Z even if they want. Or maybe that's not even them. Maybe
Yeah.
they started being a certain way to break through, and now they got to really be that guy. Like, yo, you're
Yeah.
going to wear that costume, now you really got to wear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
we know
they
guys like that. Yeah.
It's like, damn, I ain't even really that type of guy, but
Yeah.
this is pain.
Yeah.
I just sold out 40 shows, but I'm doing a big tour
Yeah.
in Europe. You know what I mean? So now you
Yeah.
got to continue to be that guy. And it's like, for me, that's never been what it is for me. It's like, yo, this is who I am. The music is going to last forever. My catalog could literally, and I'm the most humble person you will know, you could literally put my catalog against anybody. I'm good. I'll put my catalog on the table and go home and cook. You know what I mean? And y'all sit and live with that against whoever's catalog.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that fight. You know what I'm saying? So,
big.
and that's and that's when you can do that in your career,
Yeah.
you've won. You're rich. You as rich
True.
as that guy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like when
yeah.
you've done that in your career, you rich.
Yeah.
You know, and
No,
that's
I
not a
agree.
hard, that's not an easy thing to do. So for me to be able to do that, it's a blessing, it's an honor, it's a privilege. It's from up top, and it's me really doing what I've been put here to do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? At the end of the day, I know who I am as an artist, as an MC, as a lyricist, as a musician, as a producer in a sense, the way I craft and put records together. I know who I am, and I'm never going to leave my base and my core and who built me. And it's y'all. It's y'all who built this fan base, made it what it is, made it who I am, and built me and believed in me from day one. I tell up-and-comers all the time, equity is everything, right? And it's like that belief in that equity. I could literally be quiet for 8 months and say, yo, I'm dropping an album tomorrow.
Yeah.
I could Beyonce him
And
if
they
I
show
want.
up. Yeah, they show up.
They coming out. Am I doing 2 million like Beyonce? Of course not.
Yeah.
But is my core gonna be there and be like, oh, word, Skyzoo dropped?
Yeah.
I don't have to hear a single. I'm grabbing it.
That's
I'm
beautiful.
getting it.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, that's
For all the up and comers, I preach that. That's what you want.
Yeah.
That's how you can have a career forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
no, it's nothing
straight
like
up
that.
and down.
It's
Like
nothing
if
like
you
that.
want to have a career forever, will you make 300 million like this guy? I don't know, maybe, but will you have a career forever doing what you want the way you want?
Yeah,
Absolutely, if you
yeah.
play it like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But, you know, my man Val to help me follow my call.
Mm.
And we watched Nelly turn into a pop star for a drive-by
Drive-by
song. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
for y'all that
yeah.
don't know, I'm going down,
Yeah.
baby. Yo, street in a Range Rover, street sweeper, baby. Cock ready to let it go. He's talking about clapping whole blocks with a street sweeper. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he went diamond off that.
And that wasn't even supposed to be the single.
You know what I'm
Which
saying?
is crazy. EI was supposed to be the single.
Yeah, EI is nuts.
Yeah.
I love EI.
Yeah,
you
EI
know, yeah, y'all. Oh, Skyzoo like EI. Yo, EI is it. You know what I'm saying?
EI is phenomenal.
EI is it. Be
Shit is
like,
phenomenal.
man, college freshman year, EI. EI is it.
fucking
That was
bass
on
drops.
loop in my EI is it. But you know, so it's
Yeah.
like, you know, when you that's what I was talking about at the beginning of the show. When you have this view of what it's gonna be, and you like, wait, what? My man, yo, son, we gonna make sure you blow, man. We gonna make sure you pop, blah 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 blah. Yo, shout out to my man Biscuit. That's what I'm talking about on that. Yo, we said, yo, what? We blew off the pop star for drive-by song. Yo, what we gotta do? Yo, we doing something wrong? You know what I'm saying? So we sit back.
Yeah.
I sat back like the Mac. My FUBU suit was black, so now I'm painting a picture of it's 2000. I'm in a black FUBU sweatsuit. You know what I'm saying?
crazy.
Like I'm painting the picture. You know, so now you get it. Oh, word, yeah. He got the FUBU on. That got to be early 2000. You know what I mean? I sat back and I flipped the nozzle on. I sat back like the Mac. My FUBU suit was black. Like all of these defining moments that be coming in 2 packs. I took the bottle when he passed it. My cup plastic, Hennessy splashing, blending in with my fabric. My FUBU suit black.
Yeah,
so if I
yeah.
spill it a little bit because I'm a little tipsy because we
Yeah.
drinking so much fucked up about Nelly, you won't see it because my suit black. My
Right.
sweatsuit is black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You find God, find a beat, or find a cupboard. We used to have a coach who had the key to find your jumper. You know how it go.
Yeah.
We from outside. We want to vominos. We want to leave. We want to get out of here. But really, we just mirror each other. We all dominoes. You know what I mean? Like,
It's crazy.
I follow you. You follow me.
Yeah.
You fall, I fall. You go this way, I'm going this way. Shoulder to shoulder, you know? When you realize it, you know what I mean?
Damn.
Dealing with the timing of when you become an OG and when you realize it. Like, a lot of people be OGs and don't realize it. They don't want to be an OG. They want to be young. They want to be with a YN, the senior citizen. You know what I mean? They want whatever.
Senior citizen
It's like,
is
yo,
wild.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you become an OG and you realize, that's 2
it,
different
yeah.
timestamps.
2 different timestamps.
Hopefully they in the same day.
It should be.
But sometimes they not.
Sometimes it takes
You
a
know what I'm
minute.
saying? We
Yeah.
saw it the same day.
Yeah.
You realized it. Yo, I'm an OG. It just happened today, 5 minutes ago. Oh, shit, son, I'm an OG now,
Yeah,
Mr. Williams.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
For me, yeah, Mr. Taylor, I'm an old, okay.
Yeah,
It just happened
yeah.
5 minutes ago. I bet. That's a blessing. Some
Yes.
people don't realize.
They
It be
don't.
Fucking 10 years later.
They don't.
They sitting
Yeah.
on the step with a hiney. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? My pops got this joke. He always be like, yo, man, it be kids back in the neighborhood. They at the junior high school waiting for the kids to get out so they could sit on the bench and drink a hiney at the junior high at 60 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's real. Like,
What do you mean?
we
I
go-
went back to New York and saw.
You know what I'm saying? We go back, you go back to the
Yeah.
junior high, you know what I'm saying? Jackie Robb and all that, and they outside. Yeah, yo, you know what I'm saying? So you remember back in 88, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Dude,
and
still
sitting
on the
out there
stoop.
with a hiney and blowing a small blunt
Yeah.
and all that, and you know, you like 62. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
waiting
they
for the
still out
kid.
there.
Yo, kids get out of school in a minute, you know, go out, get a seat in the bench. You know what I'm saying? That my pops always jokes about that.
Nah,
you know
it's
what
real.
I mean? And
It's real.
become an OG and realize it, man. Make sure them shits is very close in time. You know what I mean? Like, so devotion, man.
Yeah.
Word up. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Nah, you got some real quotable stuff in there. So I'm
Thank you, man.
Yeah, that's,
This next joint is one of my favorite records on here, man. It's called Love Day. My man Thelonious Martin. The album was done. The project was done, right? It was 8 records.
That's scary when that happens.
Right. It was done. Right, exactly. I go to Chicago. Shout out to my bro Fillmore Green, my man Chuck.
Yeah.
I go to Chicago for a show with them a month ago or something like that, whatever it was. And I ran into my man out there, and he manages Thelonious Martin. Known him for a while. Yo, what up, baby? Boom, boom, boom. He at the show. He said, yo, bro been cooking Thelonious because, Thelonious Martin, he's a monster. He did Women Who Could Cook. He did See a Key with me and Jadakiss. So we've worked a bunch of times back in the day.
His music. Yeah, he's good.
He's nuts from Chicago and all that. Sample-based producer, go crazy, super crazy. And he was like, yo, I'm going to send you a pack of bro new work. I told him, I said, all right, cool, send it. I said, yo, the joint is done.
Yeah.
I just finished last week, but send it. I'm always listening.
Yeah.
I heard this pack. I said, nah, I got to add one more.
That's right.
And I hit him. I said, yo, bro, I need this joint right here.
Yeah, ASAP.
I said, yo, you snuck on the album in the 2015. I was done.
Yeah.
I was already mixing. And I was like, nah, I got to add this.
That's crazy.
This is serious. I got to add this. So
right,
this is Love Day. This is Love. It's one of my favorite records on the project, man. The bounce. You called it out without hearing it. You called out the
It was
name.
Love Day at the park today, baby. It's Love Day. I'm giving out love, man. I had you working on your left hand and all that, right? Yeah. When our love can't be tainted in the least. How we wore that on our jackets and it stayed there on our sleeves. I put culture over money. I put strangers over me. Yeah, I still picked up a bag, but ain't no range what it could be. Word to all that I supplied when the stage was left to me. And all the ones that I inspired and the stadiums they reached. I ain't have to miss a meal to be the change I want to see. It's like I'm the cure of books. I'm the haven that you need. I'm from where you went outside and they was waving in your reach. And you ran over obliged and they paid you for your peace. Peace of mind, peace of time, peace of cane, peace of rhyme. When you piecing it together, son, it all seems sublime. The subliminals is only for protecting all the innocent.
This is what we call
I told you. That motherfucking Love Day, bro. Love Day is one
No,
of
it's
my
Love Day
favorite.
at the park today, baby. It's Love Day. I'm giving out
like,
love.
yo, I gotta go. I was like, yo, I need a day, B.
Right? Yeah. When our love can't be tainted in the least. How we wore that on our jackets and it stayed there on our sleeves. I put culture over money. I put strangers over me. Yeah, I still picked up a bag, but ain't no range what it could be. Word to all that I supplied when the stage was left to me. And all the ones that I inspired and the stadiums they reached. I ain't have to miss a meal to be the change I want to see. It's like I'm the cure of books. I'm the haven that you need. I'm from where you went outside and they was waving in your reach. And you ran over obliged and they paid you for your peace. Peace of mind, peace of time, peace of cane, peace of rhyme. When you piecing it together, son, it all seems sublime. The subliminals is only for protecting all the innocent. Try to sympathize with who be riding out to get a brick. Heard they give out trophies for Ramada and La Quinta trips, but no, I give you all the other side at the expense of it. How I spent my summers, yo, my reading list was that jammed. 90s Cage comic books, message to the black man, the wretched of the earth, down to Willie Lynch's advance, and line of notes from tapes that I was boosting off the backhand. I'm good to share the wealth, know my view be panorama. Lend you from niggas to gods and from Superman to man. Bring them back though, the rarer your love when it attached though. It seems so unfamiliar, like you don't know how to act, yo, for real, right? I mean, it's like even if you don't know how to act, you know, I'm still good to give out love out here in the park all day, baby. It's Love Day, baby, you know what I mean? Check me out. You know I missed my son's first steps working on Metropolitan. So you saying that you never heard it, I got a problem with. Shout out to who wording for wording and who acknowledges. We watching Grammy noms get thrown out like empty promises. And speaking of a promise, all I promised you was me. You adjusted out your norms and I honored your beliefs. With a playlist full of proof, not a problem in the least. Say my catalog is bulletproof. Robert Townsend lead. I went to the school of liquid swords, then the school of Betha, and then a Lee Morgan class to fill up my electives. You either getting started going guillotine impressive, or hoping that the mason jar could fit behind the dresser. Straps hanging off my jumper at the playground, and the pigs made the chocolate drop. I used to think I ran with ABC. My hair was red too, red cool. Later when I sped through, I had to work on Fridays, but nobody ever read Zoo. Fuck that, regardless of how my common collect feel. I'm 6'1", 215, obvious threat still. Release date jumping, but son, I'm on my next kill. My tape is a face as a death pill. Still back with me and Biscuit ran around, spinning SDE. Table full of Chinese food, like paid in full was him and me. Know it's gratitude forever, ain't no Ricos in between. So regardless of the distance, La Familia is we. Danger 2, town clicking like if we had made the news. Biz was in the cast at 106, but we was breaking through. Love is love, know my journey here was anything but typical. They never tell you that the good fight don't pay residuals. That cafe was a krill spot, youngins making pills pop. With me it's like if you put a mellow jersey on Gil Scott. Same rules apply since I opened up the show. As a sacrificial lamb being chosen as a goat. And it's Love Day. Yeah, you know, regardless of it all, it's love.
I gotta pay for that. Oh, Mellow jersey on Gil Scott. Shout to Mellow. I know he's
bro, yeah.
He's gonna love this.
Yeah, that's bro. You know what I mean? That's the bro.
He's gonna love this.
Yeah. Yo, I heard that beat. I was like, yo, I gotta add this. You know what I mean? I listened to that beat for like a half hour in the truck. I was like, yo, I gotta add this.
That's
like,
it.
He snuck on the album, B. Because when I make my albums, there's a story,
Yeah.
and the book is done.
Yeah.
How can I sneak another chapter in and it makes sense?
Nah, this is
and
Gil
it
Scott
totally
type.
made sense. I was like, I gotta get this on here. This beat is stupid, and I was like, oh
Nah,
yeah.
the pocket though, it was. I'm not gonna say it was needed, but it's the flow and your tone on this.
Yeah, all that was intentional.
Yeah.
Just calm down. Help you
Yeah.
chain it in the lease. I wore that on my jacket and it stay there on the sleeve. I put culture over money. And that's that line I said. I put culture over money. I put strangers over me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I still picked up a bag, but ain't no range what it could be. Word that all that I supplied when the stage was left to me and the ones that I inspired in the stadiums they reached. And we got the same stories of there's all these dudes that's selling out stadiums.
Yeah.
20,000ers
Right.
that we inspired. You got a handful of dudes that you like, yo, this dude be calling me, this dude, and I got a handful. I'm like, yo, this kid, that they literally some of the biggest artists on the planet. Y'all wouldn't believe us if we said the name, so we not gonna say them. But if we said, you'd be like, word, dumb. Dudes that's selling out stadiums that looked at us and said, yo, you the reason. You know what I mean?
Right.
One of them looked at me and said, yo, you're the reason I write the way I write.
That's real.
And I was like, wow. And it's somebody who, it would break the internet if I said the name. Shout to bro. Shout to bro. He's phenomenal. You know what I mean? It's nothing but love. I'm honored to be that guy. I'm honored to be one of them. You know what I mean?
But I think it's believable.
The same thing with you.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with you.
I think it's believable because of the internet in 03, 04, 05. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Blog era and all that.
If you were coming up,
that,
you looked at who was there and you picked and chose. All right. I got it. That's a standard. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to get on the blogs.
Yeah, I'm trying to be
Skyzoo,
like this
Stimuli,
guy.
Torre, they on the blog all day,
Yeah.
every day. Every time I go to Nah Right, Too Dope, they on there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get there too. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. You know. So you got a list of dudes. I got a list of dudes, and some of them cross.
Yeah.
Oh, word, you too. Word. They was in both our classes. You know what I mean? So like, it's love. You know what I'm saying?
Love,
so
love.
you know. All the ones that I inspired in the stadiums they reached. I ain't have to miss a meal to be the change I wanted to see. Gandhi starved and he said, you know, be the change you want to see.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm Nikiru Books. That's Brooklyn shit. Shout to my brother Kwali. That's his bookstore, Nikiru. You know.
Them books you shouted out though. Talk about the books because I feel like this
you know how I spent my summers. Yo, my reading list was that jam as a kid. You know what I mean? 90s Cage comic books. You know what I mean? I was a Cage guy back in the 90s.
That's fire.
Yeah, absolutely. I still got a couple of them. You know, I ruined a lot of them. My mom's had the joint. Forgot what you call it, man. It was like you could type a word or a name and it would print out the little label.
Oh wow.
Not like a label maker, but like in the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And it was loud, like and it print your name out. All my comic books, Skylar. At this time, I didn't have any brothers. I had two younger brothers later. Who was I hiding these comic books? Who was I guarding these from? Everything, Skylar. So all these Kid and Play comic books and Cage comic books is ruined because you got Skylar stickers on them. But yeah, you know, 90s Cage comic books, Message to the Black Man. You know, the Wretched of the Earth, down to Willie Lynch's Advance, you know, the Willie Lynch, How to Make a Slave. And liner notes from tapes that I was boosting off the backhand, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I'll lend you from niggas to gods and from Superman to man. Look those two books up, you know what I mean? Bring them back, though, you know what I mean? I said, bring them back, though. The irony of love when it attached, though, like, damn, like, he love me that much.
Right.
That he gonna teach me something, put me on to something.
Yeah.
The irony of love when it attached, though, it seems so unfamiliar where you don't know how to act, though. You know what I mean? Like when heads be trying to show you love and teach you something, you don't even know how to receive it because you're not used to it around the way. You know what I mean? Like I lend you these books, and with the era I'm talking about, I was like 11 years old. You know what I mean? Like it's 92. I'm 92, 93. I'm 10, 11 years old. So like those was the books I had to read every summer. It was those type of books. You know what I mean? And it was, yo, bring them back though. I need them. You know what I mean? Like my pop's gonna kill me if I don't bring these books. Some of these is his. Bring them back, B. Like, you know what I mean? And you may not get the relevance or the weight of what I'm letting you borrow, but hopefully you do at some point. You know what I mean? And it's like the irony of love when it attached though. It seems so unfamiliar that you don't know how to act. You don't even know how to treat this love. You know what I'm saying? So but it's Love Day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's what it's about. And the paid in full references and on the court, baby, and you know what I mean? All that, yeah.
And I listen to Retropolitan just,
Of course, absolutely. That really happened. And, let me
crazy.
tell you something. Anything I say on a record, 100% of the time it happened.
Nah, that's right.
There was
I
no
remember
exaggeration.
that time. Yeah.
The first record y'all heard from me, the Bodega, standing out in front of the 2-4 with a bunch of open pharmacies for you and yours, pickup times, Scuff Tims with a kick-up grind and playing jacks with the scraps, come and pick up your dimes. All that happened. Like, everything I ever said on the record happened, man.
That's crazy.
100% success rate from the field as far as truth. Everything happened. So,
that's crazy.
when I say all that stuff, it really happened. So, like, I missed my son's first steps working on Retropolitan.
Wow.
Like,
Shout out to Miles, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was in New York with Pete. Shout out to Pete Rock, the great.
Rock, yeah.
I was in New York, and my whiz sent me a video of my son Miles taking his first steps, and it was amazing, but I felt the way. I was like, damn. Because everybody always talks about their kids' first steps.
Yeah, it's tough.
My son, first steps, boom, boom. It was crazy. I was standing right there, and I caught him. I was in New York in the studio.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Working on Retropolitan for this dream that I'm talking about in views of a lifetime, looking back on that lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Like, I missed my son's first steps working on Retropolitan. So you saying that you never heard it, I got a problem with. You know what I mean? Like, because I sacrificed. That goes back to the sacrifice thing. I put strangers over me.
Yeah.
I could have, made a whole bunch, I need a one dance, and all these huge, powerful, wonderful records and made 300 mil and not miss nobody's first steps.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm sitting here making records for the city and talking that talk for us. Yeah. So you saying, I ain't even hear that. I don't even know, son. I got a problem with that, B. I sacrificed.
Right.
That's what that line means. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
But shout out to who wording for wording and who acknowledges. So I'm not disregarding the people who do know it.
Correct.
You and all the, tons and tons of fans out there that applaud it and love it. Shout out to who wording for wording and who acknowledging. We watching Grammy noms get thrown out like empty promises.
True.
But speaking of a promise, all I promised you was me. You know what I mean? You adjusted out your norms and I honored your beliefs. You said, I ain't really used to this because of what's going on in this climate right now, but I'm going to listen. Yeah. I honored that. I promise you. You listen to me instead of that bullshit over there you used to. I promise you I got you. And I did that. You adjusted out your norms and I honored your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My catalog was bulletproof. Robert Townsend lead. Media man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nobody's getting that though.
Yeah.
That Robert
so
Townsend lead.
My catalog was bulletproof. Robert Townsend lead. You know what I mean?
I want people to get it.
Son, the media man, you know what I mean? Catch bullets with his teeth, you know what I'm saying?
Media man was ill.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna keep this train going.
Yeah, Hope and Pray, Manipulator back at it. I think he's the only one on the album with 2 joints.
Yeah, he got 2.
Yeah, Manipulator's a monster, man. This is we're gonna have some fun with it. This is let's do it. Goes back to the lifetime and what you sacrifice and all that. It started like this.
They told me most leaders of the revolution was broke. Hard-headed scholar trying to pick and choose how this go. Like I could get all of this money without losing my rope. Till there's a knot around the bag and it don't move how you hope. Told my teammates at the park that was true to they post, but couldn't show up there tomorrow cause they knew what they know. And then it be on you alone or what to do when they float. 100 jumpers in the dark with fiends shooting up soap. Me and A will play the alley till 3 something. And bitches threw they box in a box like we need something. And ain't no other feeling like the feeling when D's come in and you don't got no reason to run, but you flee from them. That's secondhand smoke. As long as you stand close, the scent becomes yours too. So Jimmy Choo antidote. The more that the camera rolls, the more they get the murder your pride. To everyone who left the park on the earlier side, know how we ride, but I hope the best for you. Send that out to you and whoever sit next to you. And if you gotta leave, may they jump off the steps with you. And everyone agrees on you keeping what's left of you. You know I hope and pray like I pray the most for you. Especially when they leave out the sell all that hope to you. You keep the receipts just in case they don't go for you. Shit that you believe now, man, stay close to you. You know, we almost lost Detroit. We almost lost Baltimore. We lost all of Jamaica Ave down to the corridors. Eyes wide as 165, watching them call it off. Signed in, waiting for Mr. Fingers to point at y'all. The point involved is pinpointed to stick around. You heard it all along, bet you listen now. Listen how they fell through on KL2s. They call it Kawhi shaky. I'm worried about Kyron Lacey. Don't mistake me. If I talk Fred Hampton, I really mean it. If They talking on cameras, they really beaming. On a Sunday that was given to anyone in denial. All the while, I'm furious styles when it come to miles. And what I'm about is raising his hands to react with me. I'm talking on the cover of Slam with black hoodies. And the season couldn't be more deserving of pride. To everyone who left the park on the earlier side. Know how we ride, but I hope the best for you. Send that out to you and whoever sit next to you. And if you gotta leave, may they jump off the steps with you. And everyone agrees on you keeping what's left of you. You know I hope and pray like I pray the most for you. Especially when they leave out to sell all that hope to you. You keep the receipts just in case they don't go for you. Shit that you believe now, man, stay close to you. You know I hope like you standing at the front of the pew with 1,200. And the preacher man looking at you like if you love him, then that number is gonna have to improve. It's not enough, and then you try and add 8 to keep you out of hell's summit. Like run it fast enough where you could trace the noise. Coming out your reflection like you Ruthie Ray McCoy. Make she finally rest. Peace to her family, maybe they finally blessed. May nobody be next. I'm in debt to this vision of me as Huey P. With a hoods mimicking my advice like Lumi D. Singing uh-oh. Call out intentions like sporty thieves. Screaming uh-oh. For all that we've been and for who we be. Do believe. If ever you should feel a need to stray, then may the motive still be as real as the BLA. I'm banking that you relate to the world I describe. To everyone who left the park on the earlier side. Know how we ride, but I hope the best for you. Send that out to you and whoever sit next to you. And if you gotta leave, may they jump off the steps with you. And everyone.
That's me.
Thank you, bro. Yeah. Hope and pray. I hope the best for you. I pray the most for you. You know what I mean? Like that split. You know, we was in the park together, and then the next day you couldn't come to the park no more because you got a job. You was outside getting busy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
remember those days?
Yeah, you know. Oh man, son was on the team with us. Nah, he outside. You know what I mean? He by the phone booth. You know what I mean? He over there getting to it. You got a job. You know what I mean? Them guys I talked about on Love Day that was waving you in. I'm from where you went outside and they waving in your reach and you ran over Oblige and they paid you for your piece of time, piece of mind. So now we go here. Oh man, we was in the park yesterday shooting 100 jumpers, man. You know what I'm saying? He had to go. You know, he got a job. You know what I mean? Damn, Calvin got a job. You know what I mean? One of those, but
yeah.
He got a job, you know. So what do? You go get a job, or do you stay in the park with the lights out and shoot? All right, 100 jumpers in the dark while Fiend's shooting up soap. You know what I mean? Like, because he's selling soap. He not even selling real deal. You know what I mean? He's scamming over there. You know, me and A, shout out to my brother A. Me and A will play the alley till 3 something. Really happened. Bitches threw they box in the box like we need something. At that time of morning, chicks is walking around. Baby, what's up? What's up? What's up? $50. What's up? Yo, we good. We chilling. Now the boys come blowing by because the joints is out there trying to sell box. We just out there chilling, talking clue tapes. You know what I'm saying? But now we running.
Yeah.
We don't have nothing on us, but it don't matter because when the boys come, it's on. So now, you know, bitches do they box in the box like we need something. It ain't no other feeling like the feeling when D's coming in. You don't got no reason to run, but you flee from them. That's secondhand smoke. The more that you stand close, the scent becomes yours too. So Jimmy Choo antidote, you know what I'm saying? The more that the cameras roll, the more they get to murder your pride. To everyone who left the park on the earlier side, know how we ride, but, you know, and then the mellow stanza, you know what I'm saying, where I'm furious styles when it come to Miles, and what I'm about is raising his hands to react with me. I'm talking on the cover of Slam with black hoodies. You know, in 2020, there was a Slam magazine. It was during the George Floyd situation, and Mello and Cayenne was on the cover wearing black hoodies. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm talking on the cover of Slam with black hoodies, father and son, and standing for the cause. And then I said black hoodies, and the season couldn't be more. Hoodie season, Mello from Be More, you know what I mean? Season couldn't be more deserving of pride. To everyone who left the park on the earlier side. He didn't lead the park. Everybody else left the park in West Baltimore. He didn't lead the park, and now we see where he at. Everyone who left the park on the earlier side. Know how we ride, but I hope the best for you, and I pray the most for you, and you know what I'm saying? And then standing at the front of the pew with 1,200, the preacher man looking at you like if you love him, then that number is going to have to improve. It's not enough, and then you trying to add 8 to keep you out of Hell's Summit. You know, that situation, I think it was in Detroit about a month or two ago, when the lady donated $1,200 and it was one of the Winans, bro. I think Marcus Winan on one of them. He was like, "Yo, it was supposed to be $2,000."
Not enough. Yeah.
And she was just like, "I'm gonna get the 800."
Yeah,
that's what it's about when we trying to save people. You know what I mean? So that happened right before I wrote this song, so that was fresh on my mind. You know, like run it fast enough where you could, you know, you could hear the noise, and what I said, you could trace the noise coming out your reflection like you Ruthie Ray McCoy. So Ruthie Ray McCoy happened in the late 80s, early 90s in Chicago. Ruthie Ray McCoy was a woman who lived in the projects on the west side of Chicago. And in the P's, this story, I love that line because only if you're from Chicago are you going to get it. But then when you do, and I'm not from Chicago, obviously, but when you do the research, then you'll be like, oh, shit. So, like, what happened in her building, it was so bad, the way they built the projects, they made it where, okay, if I'm in this apartment and you in that apartment behind the wall, obviously the walls, you know, I can hear you, can hear me, whatever. If this is the bathroom, I can open the mirror. I could take the mirror off and climb through the wall and get into the other apartment. They did that so that it would be easier to fix pipes and leaks and stuff like that.
Right.
So what they was doing in the late 80s in that building was going in people's cribs and robbing the crib. All you had to do was take the mirror off the bathroom wall and climb through the wall. Yeah. So they was coming through Ruthie Ray McCoy's mirror, and she was calling the cops, and they didn't believe her. She was like, they coming through my mirror in my bathroom. And they're like, what? They coming through your mirror? What are you talking about? And they came through a mirror and they killed her. They robbed her and they killed her. They turned that into Candyman. That's where the inspiration from Candyman came from.
I remember that name from Cabrini.
It came from Ruthie Ray McCoy. You know what I'm saying? So that's like running fast enough where you could trace the noise coming out your reflection, your mirror, coming out your reflection like you Ruthie Mae McCoy. May she finally rest. Peace to her family. Maybe they finally blessed and may nobody be next. You know what I mean? I'm in debt to this vision of me as Huey P, where the hood is mimicking my advice, like Lumi D singing "uh-oh," you know what I mean?
Sporty
like
Thieves, uh-oh,
Sporty Thieves singing "uh-oh," you know what I mean? Shout out to my man Doobs, you know. Street Cinema is one of the greatest albums of the late 90s. Street Cinema is an absolute classic. Sporty Thieves, please.
I need to revisit that.
Bro, Street Cinema, man. Yeah, I do that like every 6 months. Street Cinema is absolutely phenomenal. Talk about every record is a movie. These motherfuckers were spy hunters jumping in the water, fighting sharks.
Where are they? That was Ski's group, right?
Yeah. Now, Doobs is around. You know, me and Doobs follow each other on the gram. King Kirk is around. I think he got a couple barbershops and all that. They living. You know what I mean? They doing things. They living.
Holla at us, 40
They got, you know, they living real life and doing good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shout out to my man Doobs, man. Doobs is my guy, man. Doobs is my man. But you know, they would rest in peace Brando. They would go, So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying like, yo, watch out for that. You know what I mean? Mimicking my advice, like Lumi D singing, screaming out, yell out intentions like Sporty Thieves. Sporty Thieves always talked about chicks' intentions, you know what I mean? So I just, wordplay on that, point out intentions like Sporty Thieves singing, and it just keeps going, you know what I mean? Man. Yeah, hope and pray, baby. I hope the best for you, and I pray the most for you. You know what I mean?
Wow. So I've noticed there's no rappers with other voices on here.
Rarely. I haven't had a feature from a rapper in a long time. Honestly. I think the last time I had I can't even remember. Retropolitan, of course.
Yeah,
Retropolitan.
Because the first time I heard Wes was on your music.
Well, that was Luxury in 2015.
That's what I'm saying.
But since then,
since then you've had. But I'm just saying,
I would say probably Retropolitan because Retropolitan, of course, Wes, Khan, Benny, my Griselda brothers, Elzai, Styles P, of course, OG, Pete, of course, you know what I'm saying? But I think that was the last time. That was 2019.
Are you gonna allow some remixes or breathing room? I'm just curious.
I'm open to it all. When it comes to my joints, man, I'm very like I got stories to tell. You know what I mean? So
you told them.
Yeah, you told him that. Let me tell a story.
I'm just not me personally, but it is you. There's other guys that might want to.
I'm more open to doing that on collab albums, like me and Apollo Brown in 2016, of course. Me and Tor, of course, you was on that. You know what I'm saying? And Retropolitan, but when it be these solo joints with me and a bunch of different producers, there's always just this story in this scene. You know what I'm saying? So, and speaking of, this record is called The Soloists. Produced by the other guys. So the album is out on Hypnot, FGR, but Hypnot, which is the other guy's label. And of course, the OGs, they had to be on there. And, the other guys, they did the entire Mind of a Saint.
Right. Yeah.
The deluxe, everything. They did all the music for it. They did all the production, A to Z. So, Joe of the other guys, he was like, yo, I just need one. You know what I mean? He was like, I don't need to be on the whole show. I just need one. I was like, of course, you know that. So he sent the pack over, and I grabbed this. This is about you come into this thing whether it's managers, producers, executive producers, labels, crew, people, whatever. This is what it's going to be. And then it all starts falling apart at the wayside. And you're like, yo, it might just be better to be a soloist when you look at the way your career is panning out. And you start losing people and losing this one and this one. And some by default, some by choice, some by tension, whatever it is. It's like, yo, it might just be better to be a soloist. So it's just a realization of all of those things. And it's like, yo, fuck all this, man. It's just I'm just riding this shit solo, B. Damn. You know what I mean? So the soloist, yeah.
That's a real topic.
Yeah. Sean Taylor on the trumpets.
Literally,
absolutely, always.
Figuratively, it's how it been with me. The lens wide enough to make room, and everyone in sight in case you trying to find your way to them. Playing with a price, I survived enough to stay tuned. Counting with no lights, had to find your way to pay dues. And what was due to me is sort of what would usually be held somehow on the side for the far and few between. And you start to come alive at the thoughts that you believe. Then they run down in the skies and they want to know who you be. Make sense of it, still give and take. I gave into it. The irony that God gave me grace and gave me penmanship. Try and make the two hold hands, they can't envision it. Like how my crowd is who be revolting and who be swimming in. Still talking cold like I'm still out with the cold reds. Keeping it considerate, considering we spoke less. For your consideration has a listener involved. Every assalamu alaikum needs a walaikum salam. And the song turns out to be all a single note. Who would have assumed that you was gonna sing alone? Dealing with desire till it all gets too close. Pull up out the driveway, open up the road, and the song, it turned out to be all a single note. Who would have assumed that you was gonna sing alone? Dealing with desire till it all gets too close. Pull up out the driveway, open up the road as a soloist. Might be better to be a soloist. By default, just be a soloist. Shit, it might be better to be a soloist.
I do my dirt all by my own.
Okay, you love to hear the story again and again of millionaires who made sure that y'all spend at least 10. It'd be enough to be inspired by win after win, until you notice that the lines like the beginning and ends. And then the pecking orders hand in hand like a rumor got me staring down the coolest like I'm Daniel Kaluuya. Like I've been on this line forever, not a plan to maneuver while you holding spots for whoever might be standing next to us. Nah, but by far it be far out of control. Here come apart at the seams like the stories we were sold. High is bitter, we all bought a piece, but how it split up is what you either try and side means or try and get rid of. One seat at the table got me sitting like salon. So when we turned into me, I just shifted my regards. The strength being in numbers with the digits being barred. I can tell you today, but you grow into it tomorrow. And the song, it turns out to be all a single note. Who would have assumed that you was gonna sing alone? Dealing with desires till it all gets too close. Pull up out the driveway, open up the road, and the song, it turns out to be all a single note. Who would have assumed that you was gonna sing alone? Dealing with desire till it all gets too close. Pull up out the driveway, open up the road as a soloist. Might be better to be a soloist. By default, just be a soloist. Shit, it might be better to be a soloist.
I do my dirt all by my own.
Same lens from the beginning, like sometimes you gotta see it through. But now I'm asking Jeep if they make single-seater vehicles. It ends well if all's been well. So when it reaches you, you run a lap and then run a lap. You know how sequels do. The same stubbornness applies when they mention me. I don't rewrite raps and I don't rewrite history. And waiting on these royalties takes too long. It's like waiting on babies. It makes me wanna slay these. It may be the flag that I carried wasn't to save me. The plan was pitched to me as Jay-Z, signing with JD. And maybe it's a turn to taking a Cam and Mace lead. A bag on your birthday for a whole of years, we ain't make peace. Or probably not. I'm receptive, but with a caveat. Like I'm a Capricorn, but yo, I'm still from the lobby. We gon' have to sort this out with no one standing by to watch. I don't do the virals or the ambiance at all. And the song, it turns out to be all a single note. Who would have assumed?
Oh, it keeps going?
Oh, there's more?
Yeah, there's more. Yeah.
No, they got to pay for this.
Okay.
We giving them.
There's more.
Them a lot.
There's more on the record though. Yeah.
We giving them a lot here.
Yeah.
So, we still want people to go out and purchase it, but this is just an experience. That
absolutely.
The
The soloist, man. You know, the pecking orders hand in hand like a rumor. I be staring down the coolest like I'm Daniel Kaluuya. You know what I mean? Like, Daniel Kaluuya with the cool kids in the movie when he was staring them down and all. You know what I mean? Like, whoever y'all think is so-called cool and the next one's up, I'm staring them motherfuckers down like, yo, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we here. Yeah. I'm here, Stimuli here, Torre here, Nina B here. We here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know, you got these other guys, not the cool kids. Those are my bros. Shout out to the cool kids. But, you know, I was just a metaphor because in the movie, Daniel Kaluuya was staring them down in the basketball court and all that. But, you know, like all the new hot wave in town, it's like, yo, we here. We've been here putting in work. We've been better than everybody. What's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got, you know, motherfuckers jumping the lines. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. Like, you know, again, this is all looking back, views of a lifetime of what was, you know. So, you know, but by far, it'd be far out of control. You know what I'm saying? It come apart at the seams like the stories we were sold. How it's bitter. You know, we all got a piece, but how it's split up, you either try and Siamese it or try and get rid of. That piece you got, you either trying to turn it into more, like it's worth it, or you just trying to get rid of that shit. Like, yo, this is what they get? Yeah. Fuck this. I can't do nothing with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, I love this joint, man. It's just a lot of things, you know, I wanted to get off that third verse, you know what I'm saying? Like, it may be the flag that I carried wasn't to save me. The plan was pitched to me as Jay-Z signing with JD. Okay, I'm in. That sounds like a good ass plan to me. I'm in. Yeah,
that
whole
sequence.
You know,
to see that.
Maybe this a turn to taking a Cam and Mace lead, a bag on your birthday for all the years we ain't made peace. Yeah, my son Murder said, "Yo, there go 20 bands for 20 years. I ain't seen you." You know, I'm the biggest Mace fan in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw him. Well, I didn't see him. He was at the game Saturday, man. I'm mad.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I went to go see my young boy Chase Lumsky. Shout out to Chase. High school basketball game.
What?
Yeah. Dudes told me afterwards, was like, you ain't see Mace sitting down? I was like,
oh,
no.
Man, my son Murder.
Me and Boardwalk was there. And we both was like, yo, his wife was like, yo, you ain't see Mace with the Rangers jacket on? I was like, no.
Oh, my son Murder. Oh, man.
I said I would have ran down there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would have ran down there.
I'd have ran from my house. Absolutely. I'm the biggest Murder fan in the world.
Nah, I saw Sayari there. It was a big game, man.
Nice.
But I wish I would have known he was in the building.
I'm a huge man. No Murder slander on my side. So
I ain't seen son in years. You know what I'm saying? So
my son Murder said, yo,
I would have been like, do you remember me? Please.
Yeah. Like 20 bands for the 20 years I ain't seen you. You know what I'm saying? So maybe this will turn to taking the Cam and Mace lead, a bag on your birthday for all the years we ain't make peace. Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah.
I'm receptive, but with a caveat. Like, I'm a Capricorn, but I'm still from the lobby. I said, we're going to have to sort this out with no one standing by to watch. Like,
right.
I don't do the virals or the ambiance at all. Like, we're going to have to sit down and have a real conversation. You know what I'm saying? And, like, for whoever I'm talking about, it's a certain individual. We're going to have to sit down and have a real conversation. I'm not doing this for the internet. I'm not doing it for the world.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I said we're going to have to sort this out with no one standing by to watch. It's never about clout with me. I don't fuck about none of that.
Got you.
Yo, close the door and tell everybody leave.
Yeah.
Like,
It's an industry person? Are you talking about?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. History and all that. Yeah, but it's like, yo, like part of my story, of course. And I'm just like, yo, we're going to have to sort this out with no one standing by to watch. I don't don't think I'm doing this for the net. Yo, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't need none of that. Turn your phone off. I turn my phone. Yo, we have a conversation, dude.
Nah, that's
you know
real.
what I'm saying? Like, and I'm letting you know it's not about clout. I'm letting you know it's not about the internet. I'm letting you know it's not about running out there and going on an intervw and saying, nah.
I got an idea, but
brother to brother, man to man, what used to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, fuck out of here. Like, we're going to have to sort this out with no one standing by to watch. I don't do the virals or the ambiance at all. So before you even start thinking, motherfuckers playing this clout shit. Nah. Turn all that off. Let's just sit down and stop acting stupid. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
do your research.
That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the soloist, like, might be better to be a soloist. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
I felt that.
Yeah. So the last joint, Half Bloom, produced by my man Leo Confident. New guy from Tampa. He produced Sleeping Beauty on Keep Me Company. Really dope, man. Shout out to Leo. And he hungry, man. He sent me like older guy too, not young. Older guy, but he sent me freaking a pack a week. Yo, I got new shit. And they all be smokers, you know what I'm saying? But it's just about finding what I want to work.
Yeah.
And I heard this. I was like, bro, you finished the album. I was like, because even before I start working, I know where certain records are going to sit.
Yeah.
This is going to be the intro. This is going to be the end. This is going to be here.
Yeah.
Just sonically. You know what I mean? Because of the story that I can see on it and where I know it'll work at. So when I heard this beat, I said, this is going to be the last beat on the album. Before I wrote anything, this is going to be the last beat on the album.
Wow.
So it's called Half Bloom. And what I'm saying with this is, everything we just talked about, you hear something like views of a lifetime, it feels like retirement, it feels like the end of the road, it feels like this is it. But Half Bloom, I'm like, we only at half bloom. Like the flower didn't even bloom all the way. So I'm like, yo, don't get worried. Regardless of everything we talked about, and there's been so much. I mean, my first retail project was 06. You know, I was dropping mixtapes since 02, 03. My first retail project was 06. So if you want to start there, because that was retail, that was 19 years ago. The first time I had a barcode was 19 years ago.
Was that the Cloud?
It's Cloud 9 with me and Knife. You know what I'm saying? So the first time I had a barcode was 06. That's 19 years ago. So you could be like, yo, damn, he been in it for real. He could tap out if he wanted. But even with that, we only at half bloom. Like we still going. The flower hasn't even fully bloomed yet. That's crazy. So that's why it's called Half Bloom. You know
I'm bugging because I remember we did a show at a school. I don't know if you remember that.
Nah.
I feel like Stephanie hooked that up. We did a show at a because that was the first time you had Cloud 9. You showed it to me.
CD, vinyl type shit?
It was CD.
What kind of school? High school, college?
I don't even know. I think it was a high school or something.
School? Me, you?
It was me, you. No. I feel like it was a girl. I don't know what the fuck we was doing.
Okay.
It was, but it was in Brooklyn.
Something to keep going.
Yeah, it was something in Brooklyn.
Something to keep going.
We was on the joint. We was just rocking. If somebody was like, yo, come through. If it was a bag, it was a bag. If not, we was rocking.
Back in those days, I wasn't getting no bag. You know what I mean?
It was a lot of them would just
pull
promo.
up and get get this spotlight. You know what I mean? Get this exposure.
But I remember you showed it to me, and I was like, and I didn't have anything with a barcode at that time. I was like, yo, this is dope. And it got my mind spinning. I was like, all right. Let's go. Let's go. So I'm just glad for moments like that. You know what I'm saying?
100%, man. Yeah. We was inspiring each other, man. you was one of the first people I knew signed. You know what I mean? 04 Virgin and all that. You was one of the first people I knew signed.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yo, word. He has a deal and a team and a plan.
Should have been a soloist, though.
He has a plan. Like, yo, he about to go. Like, yo, I'm getting beats from so-and-so, and so-and-so. I'm getting yo, blah, 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 blah. Yo, he got a plan. I got to go to work tomorrow. I got to go to Morgan Stanley. I got to go to Kinko's tomorrow. He got a plan. He signed. He got a record deal. Advance. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So we inspired each other. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is, you know? Nah. So, Half Bloom. It
dope
just,
times.
Yeah,
dope times.
Absolutely.
One, two. The way that I lapped through, footsteps that carried you, took on more than I had to. Shit, we only at half bloom. To the way that I lapped through, footsteps that carried you, took on more than I had to. Shit, we only at half bloom. I probably never know how it feels to sign to a major, but I cope when I'm a ghost and they slide me they paper with the most looking over, and I wrote like I know that we align, meaning I won't be aligned with they favors. Like, yo, don't wait up unless your heart rate's built for breaking day. My man took Southside off of skinnies and razor blades. I was at his crib, my feet on his aunt tables. I knew better, but these pennies designed like if God made them, and you need to see them. You need to see them. Dubbing reasonable doubt what all these reasons being. We underage and underpaid for all that we've been peeping. But if we blessed here long enough, that mean that we ain't leaving. Under my deepest demons, it's Huxtable sweaters to keep me warm. I gotta dig through them to get them. So what I'm reaching for is brownstones blown out. The tandem that you know about, depending on how far all this yellow tape will go and lap through. Footsteps that carried you, took on more than I had to. Shit, we only at half bloom. To the way that I lapped through, footsteps that carried you, took on more than I had to. Shit, we only at half bloom. We only at half blown. Word to you, word to me, word to all of us. They wouldn't left it up to me when they cornered us. I'm with it all, just promise me it'd be more of us. Promised my moms I keep my name out of a jail book. But off proximity, I could etch a sketch how a scale look. The big scale, right now. Shout to my Griselda brothers. When me and West first met, it was like we felt we cousins. You couldn't tell we wasn't, still can't. And our archives got the lines like if the tape's still damp. It took 2 models of lawyer Claire's to come and grab me, cause Spanish is taught at school and there's a Claire in every alley. The whips running around in my hood was cash and carry. Larry. A bunch of Marianne Hills serving Marion berries. Like, get at me, they know what you mean, but what's the tally? You need us to interpret the speech, we more than gladly. The writer at the writer's here be running the mock, while all the typewriters potting who they want at the top. I look down on your list and look up to the locks. Only a few in the room could do this resume talk, and bet I'm Horsecock Williams if you check at the door. The enthusiasm is curbed for all the lesson involved. Ghost writing on SSLs, I put the steps on the board. Siri invisible ink once you press and record. My tag been the same since I was 12, from off my middle name. Use it like my first, but my first is why my crib the same. The extrovert, that introvert in the middle lane. Just knowing every truck leave the house, every ceiling stays. And none of this would have happened without the Stanfords. Back when Nice told me forget whatever your plans were. The plans were nothing like the way they became. But since no one write like I write, I rightfully stayed. You know what I mean? Took on more than I had to. Should we only have bloom? Yeah, the way that I lapped through. Footsteps that carried you. Took on more than I had to. Should we only have bloom? Huh. I probably never know how it feels to sign to a major, but I cope when I'm a ghost and they slide me they paper with the most looking over, and I wrote like I know that we align, meaning I won't be aligned with they favors, not at all. Nah, not at all.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh man. This was definitely an experience, views of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
This I feel like this may be a Patreon episode. This might be our first.
Yeah, spend the $20, $50. Spend the money.
like
$5.
$2.
Nah. $5. Spend the money. Thank you, brother.
Dope. This was dope,
Thank
though.
you.
This is the first time we
bloom,
tried
man.
this.
I probably never know how it feels to sign to a major, but I cope when I'm a ghost and they slide me their paper with the most looking over, and I wrote like I know that we align, meaning I won't be aligned with their favors. It goes back to what I was saying, where it was like, I want this. I don't want it that bad. You know what I'm saying? But the ghostwriting shit, all right, well, I'm kind of still in the room a little bit. Yeah. But I tell heads all the time in interviews, like, anybody, I don't care if they make commercial rap, trap, club, street, underground, boom bap, backpack, I am yours and energy is mine, whatever kind of rap.
Yeah.
We all wanted to be signed to a major. We all wanted to be Source Awards, BET Awards, Grammys. We all wanted to be on the cover of XX. All of us. I don't care who it is. You lying if you don't say that. What it comes down to is, what were you willing to do?
Yeah.
And at some point, some of us, me, you, Tor, some of us was like, yeah, I ain't doing all that. Yeah. And some was like, all right, I'm with it. And they took off and they made it. Some was like, all right, I'm with it. And they fell through and they regret it later and da-da-da-da-da and all different things happened. Some took off and they made that, 50 mil, 100 mil, whatever it is. And some of us, like us sitting here, was like, I ain't with all that. But we all wanted that dream. Nobody was sitting in their house talking about, I don't want to be on XX. I don't want to be on the radio. That shit is fake. We all talked. We all had visions of not being able to walk out the house because we was getting bombarded by fans and moms, the illest shit, man. I said it in a record on Theo vs. JJ back in the day. I said when Nelly told his moms to quit a job, that was the realest shit. Like, I remember on was it like MTV True Life or VH1 Behind the Mute, whatever it was, and it was like the documentary with Nelly, and they showed Nelly go to his mother's job, and he was like, yo, mom, you done? Yeah. And she was crying. They showed all that shit on MTV. That was the realest shit. Like,
that was it.
Motherfucker made a drive-by song and went and told his mother, yo, quit. We good. Yeah. You don't never got to listen to no man, white, black, green, brown, purple, whatever again. Yo, we good. She crying. Yo, come outside. We good. Yeah. What? You could do that off this pen and pad? Yeah. So you had to, if anybody, I don't care what kind of abstract underground bullshit rap they making, if they telling you that wasn't their dream in the beginning, they lying to you. That definitely was the dream. But when do you wake up? We woke up. We was like, I ain't doing what it take to get over there. I'm not saying Nelly's great, but I'm just saying in certain situations, we may have been presented with certain things, or we may have seen things from across the street. Yeah. and was like, you know what, let me go back on the side of the street because I don't like how that is, and I'm not with that. And some people was with it, and they crossed the street, you know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying on that, you know?
Yeah.
I wrote with the most looking over, and I wrote like I know that we aligned, meaning I won't be aligned with their favors. I'm not doing the favors that they want to get in their room because I'm aligned with him. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. I'll just figure this out another way. And that's what I've been able to do. That's what you've been able to do. That's what Tor's been able to do. It's what we've been able to do. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, don't wait up unless your heart rate is built for breaking day. My man took Southside off of skinnies and razor blades. I was at his crib, my feet on his aunt table. I knew better, but these pennies was sound like God made it. Like, yo, you need to see him. Yo, son, take your feet off my aunt table, B. You want shout to my bro Pesos, rest in peace. Yo, your feet on my aunt table, son. You wildin'. Nah, but son, look at these shits, son. You wildin'. Look at these shits. These shits is magic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
pennies
you know what I'm saying?
crazy.
So I'm just creating the scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we dubbing reasonable doubt with all these reasons being. I'm a reason being, he a reason being he. We all the reasons, you know what I'm saying? Like, we underage and underpaid for all that we've been peeping, you know. But if we out here but if we in here long enough, if we blessed here long enough, that mean that we ain't leaving. And the catch in that is like, we feel it's a blessing to be in the mix and see all this shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we blessed to be able to live and get through it.
Absolutely.
We think it's a blessing to be like, yo, we still out, yeah, this shit is it. Yo, motherfuckers over there doing this, blah, 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 blah. Nah, that's not the blessing. The blessing is being in this shit and surviving it. You know what I mean? Even from afar. So, you know, if we blessed here long enough, that mean that we ain't leaving. Under my deepest demons was Huxtable sweaters to keep me warm. You know, getting through these demons to get to that, like that dream, you know. I got to dig through them to get them. I got to dig through the demons to get to the Huxtable sweaters, to get to that life of a Huxtable and a Claire and a Theo and a Vanessa. To get through that blown out brownstone, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So what I'm reaching for is brownstones blown out, the tandem that you know about, depending on how far all this yellow tape could go round. You know what I mean? And it just keeps going. Promise my moms I keep my name out of a jail book, but off proximity, I can etch a sketch how the scale look, the big scale right now. Goes to the West and Stove and Jada's joint, the big scale. Yeah. Right now, shout to my Griselda brothers. When me and West first met, it was like we felt we cousins. You couldn't tell we wasn't. You still can't. You know, or the first day our bond was like that. I was like, damn, what up, bro? Yeah, like we still like that. You know what I mean? And our archive got the lines that get the tape still damp. It took 2 models of lawyer clears. Now I'm going back to the Cosby stanza with the it took 2 models of lawyer clear. I'm talking about my moms and my stepmoms. It took 2 clears. I had 2 clears in my house. Yeah. It took 2, in my life. Yeah. It took 2 models of lawyer clears to come and grab me because Spanish is taught in school and there's a Claire in every alley. And if you know Wes, you know, he always talked about Claire. Claire was the fiend in Buffalo who died, who, you know, once he got on, he brought her to Art Basel and all that and put the fur on her. But she was a fiend who, like, he, you know, got a lot of money off of back in the day. So, like, it took, I'm talking about Claire on the Huxtables, and I'm talking about Claire in Buffalo with Wes, and I'm tying it back with the West thing where I'm like, me and Wes met and was family and became family. It took 2 models of lawyer Claire to come and grab me off the corner to wind up like that. Because Spanish is taught in school, so learning Spanish in high school in New York, now I could go talk to Poppy if I wanted to because I know Spanish. I had to pass Spanish to graduate, you know what I mean? So, like, it took 2 models of lawyer Claires to come and grab me because Spanish is taught in school and there's a Claire in every alley. The whips running around in my hood was cash and carry. A bunch of Marion Hills serving Marion Barry's. Like, get at me. You know what I mean? Like, Marion Hill, LL, and In the House, you know, and then Marion Barry. You know what I mean? Like, they all look like L. You know what I mean? They all look like that.
I don't know how you expect people to catch Marion Hill and Marion Barry.
In the house.
When you said it, I saw Marion Hill and I saw Marion Barry, but I was like,
I was just playing with the Marion line.
I know. I'm like, this guy is. I mean, your fans are. You got to give them credit.
Yeah.
And I do respect that you just be like,
and I got high expectations for them.
Yeah, and I respect that.
I'm the teacher in House Party too. You know what I mean? When kid turned in the paper, he was like, I gave you an A- because of the coffee stain. I'm that teacher. I got expectations. Yeah. Like, yo, nah, Mr. Reed, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, I got high expectations, but it's like, they all look like L. You know what I mean? They was fly, they was chilling. Red FUBU hat, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was chilling. Yeah, who was out here chilling, doing good. All the joints want them. They out here in the whip doing good. Boom, boom, boom. And who they was getting money and looking good off of was the Marion Barrys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the writer who the writers here be running the mock. You know, like we talked about earlier. You know, these guys look up to us, who y'all looking up to. The writer who the writers here be running the mock while all the typewriters potting who they want at the top. Yo, so-and-so is it. So-and-so is it. Word. Okay. I look down on your list and look up to the locks. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Only a few in the room could do this resume talk. And bet I'm Horsecock Williams if you check at the door. The enthusiasm is curbed for, you know what I mean? So, like, shout out to all my Curb Your Enthusiasm fans. You know what I'm saying? And you know, my son Leon Black, you know, he's like, yo, who y'all got a president? Yeah, my man, Horsecock Williams. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come to the door, you got to show who you are. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, only a few in this room could do this resume talk. And bet I'm Horsecock Williams if you check at the door. The enthusiasm is curbed for all the lesser involved. You know? It just keeps going, man. It ain't gonna stop, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no bars off.
Nah,
no bars off.
It truly is.
No bars off. Keep up, man. And you got time. Press play, press pause.
Yeah.
Think about it. Call your homie. Yo, Kirby. Yo, you saw that episode? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nah, he talking about son when they was sitting in with Larry and Jeff and Leon. He was talking about how he be having, you know, the Big Johnson meetings, the Johnson Club meetings at his crib. Horsecock Williams. Oh, word. Oh, shit, word. The resume talk. Oh, you can't get in his room unless you a certain way. My resume is that way. That's all I'm saying in that. You know what I'm saying? So just build it. Just do it, man. Just put the pieces together.
Nah, I want I want to salute you because this is needed. You know what I'm saying for your listeners and for people out there that
I love
new
these. I'll do these every day, man.
Yeah,
I be wanting to break down every line because then heads really be like, oh my God, I knew you was it. I knew you was ill. I knew this was dope. What the fuck? Like, I love these.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
a
the
deep dive.
breakdowns.
You
I
know
love the
it's a
deep
deep dive.
dives, the breakdowns, the deciphering, the splitting it up with a knife. I love that. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's important. I think people, you know, because it's the intention of the writer. You know
Absolutely.
And your fans are definitely, you know, they pay attention. But of course, they're not gonna get everything.
Of course not.
So,
yeah, and that's the beauty of it, man. Because you could be at your kid's friggin', you know, high school graduation barbecue celebration in 15 years, playing me in the backyard, flipping over a T-bone,
absolutely,
and be like, oh snap. This was 15 years ago. I just caught that. Snap. Yo, hold up.
Yeah.
And your kid is looking at you, him and his prom date is like, yo, Pops, what's wrong with you? Yo, I just caught. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what makes it worth it, though. You know what I mean? That's us as writers showing our appreciation. That's what makes it worth it. I could do some, yo, the sky is blue, and I was through, and y'all was too, and your mans was woo. And be oh, shit, motherfucker.
Nah, you've written that for others, but...
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
people
it's like,
don't know that.
Yeah, but it's like, yo, nah, like, this is supposed to be catalog, and legacy is everything. You know what I mean? If I'm not going to get $300 million out of this shit, let my legacy and my catalog be Robert Townsend lead. You know what I mean? Let it be Media Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you could be like, yo, that motherfucker right there when he was doing, Jesus, that catalog. The best thing people do, and to wrap it out, the best thing people do is when they talk about my catalog and everybody has a different favorite. That's the way
fire.
To be. You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
Like,
most
artists, hip hop, R&B, rock, pop, whatever, heads have that one.
They got the one.
Yo, but that one.
Yeah.
You might love other joints and people debate it, but everybody has the one.
The one, yeah.
It's like, yo, Skyzoo, yo, Retropolitan. Yo, Theo versus JJ. Yo, Mind of a Saint. Yo, In Celebration of Us. Yo, Milestones. Yo, All the Brilliant Things. Yo, A Dream Deferred. Yo, Salvation. Yo,
these are some very, very amazing titles, by the way.
Thank you. I'm very big on titles. I'm very big on titles. Yeah, like,
you have a gift.
Song titles, album titles. I'm very big on that. I'm like, yo, these shit's got to rock. I ain't making something called, you know, it's popping. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you have a gift.
We got to figure this out another way.
I'm always intrigued when I hear the
appreciate
titles.
That. Yeah, I'll be sitting with them. I'll be like, damn, what I'm gonna name this? Because I gotta blow them away. You know what I mean? Like it's a thing.
Nah,
but
that's fire.
But you know, like, that's the beauty. It's the equivalent of if I tell you, yo, bro, you gotta go to this restaurant. What should I get? Yo, you gotta get the so and so. That's the thing. Okay. But if I say, yo, go there, you like, yo, what should I get? Don't matter what you get.
Right.
get whatever. It don't matter. With my spot, Burger Bistro, heads would be like, yo, it don't matter, bro. Just get whatever.
It did not. Bring back the Bistro. What we got? As a matter of fact,
Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon. Let's get this. It's popping.
You used to tell heads, yo, get whatever. What you get whatever. You gonna be smoking.
Man, this is my new mission. I'm bringing back the Bistro. Let's get this show popping. Other shows popping. You know what? And as you were talking before we wrap this up, we were mentioning us striving for that record deal, that moment, and you also mentioned us veering away from it. And I want to point out that our lives, sometimes you make a choice. Sometimes you say, all right, that's not for me. Yeah. And you see people like J. Cole, you know, who came after us, but kind of went in that same direction where he remained true to himself. Yep. And was able to find himself through the music. Yes, Kendrick as well, and was able to find themselves and make the music that was true to them and still have the multi-millionaire success. Not everybody's able to do that.
It's very rare. Very
I don't
rare.
know
the two of them in particular are very, I don't want you to lose your thought, but just to show them some love, the two of them in particular are very rare.
Very rare.
In that sense.
That's what I'm saying. That lane
to
wasn't
be able to
necessarily
cash
there.
out and make 100, 200 million while, you know, doing the Heart Part 6 and doing, I want to fold clothes for you. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't happen. It may not happen again for another 20 joints.
It's
you know what
definitely
I'm saying?
not easy. And that lane might not have been completely there because I think Kanye had to open that lane, which means Jay-Z had to literally open that lane.
Dominoes,
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't necessarily there for us. But I do believe, like you were alluding to earlier, that our lives had to go a certain way. Yeah. I feel like if you let me in that door, I may have saw some crazy things that I kind of walked away from, and I tried to get independent at a certain point when it was too late. But also, my spirit led me a different way.
Absolutely.
It was like, yo, if I get through that door and I get that Nelly record, which I've had records that probably I knew could have went, right? It was a stretch, a reach here and there, but I was like, this could go if God wants that door to open. Yeah. Maybe 11 children. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy.
Like Nelly blew up, but Nelly got, a different life right now. And
even this thought of like what comes with that.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And God knows us better than anybody.
24.
I've been losing my mind.
I couldn't have handled it. I know me, and I know the things that were important to me. Right. And yes, I wanted a wife, and I wanted a family
and house and backyard, and
I wanted that, but at that age,
not at that age. I didn't want none of that at that age. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, but I feel like I was conflicted when I reconnected with my wife at 27. I felt like I had the choice. It was like God was like, "Yo, you can go this way,"
right?
Because I had the deal,
fork in the road,
and then it was like, you can go this way."
Yeah.
And I just kept trying to go this way, and it was like,
right, you trying to drive in the middle,
and it was like a wall here,
right?
It was pulling me over here, and it was I don't understand this, Lord. I don't understand it. But
I'm telling you,
man,
God knows better than everybody. There's certain people who I wanted to sign with my whole life and growing up, and as I got older and different things, and this deal. And then when I look back, I'm like, yo, I'd be like, yo, thank you, God. You knew. I be saying all the time, like, yo, I sit in, yo, thank you, God. Like, you knew. I know how bad you want to be there.
Yeah.
You can't be there. Not because you're not dope enough, not because you're not nice, not because you don't deserve it, but because it doesn't deserve you.
That's crazy.
And because you're going to crash out over there.
Crash.
Or the things they're going to want you to do, you can't do, and then that dream is going to shatter, and you may not recover from the shattered pieces, right? Like, yo, I was right there signed with so-and-so, and I was at the big house, and I was at the so-and-so, and we had this joint, and this chick, and this money, and it fell apart. What did I do wrong? Now I'm outside in the street, strung out. Now I'm sticking heads up, putting the pulley in their back. Now I'm in the joint, blah, 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 blah. Nah, like, God knew, no, your personality, your demeanor, your temper, your morals, your values as SK, you can't go over there. You got to sit right here, baby, with this boom. You got to sit right here with this boom bag, baby. You got to sit right here with this book bag on,
crazy?
Baby, because it's going to save your life. You know
what's crazy? This is wild. This date, 20 years ago, I rapped for Jay-Z.
Really?
This day.
Wow.
Yeah.
December 1st.
I rapped for Jay-Z.
Wow. That's crazy.
This was the day. I remember it because it was one of my ex's birthdays.
Of course.
And this was the day that kind of changed my life.
Wow.
When Tata, I went to Tata's office like, yo, what's going on? Like, what happened? Yo, just explaining to me,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
All
like
the whatever.
how I out-rapped the music that was played, and Lenny kind of, in the moment, it just didn't, it was weird. Very, very, very weird. It was like a movie, you know what I'm saying? Guru like, yo, spit something. Just seeing all these people kind of shrink for this man and everybody waiting to see how he reacts.
Before they react.
And Shakir Stewart stepping up like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like, this dude just bodied it. But they're about the songs, and we didn't play the right songs. And, I didn't care about that shit. I was like, yo, I just fucking spit in this dude's face, like, threw a CD at him. Like, I ain't give, like, I went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went crazy, but I out-rapped my songs. But what does that mean? Like, I'm a good rapper, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right, great rapper.
But, yeah, at that point, I just, I don't want to veer off, but it reminded me of, if you have a dream and you get deferred from that, no pun intended, it doesn't mean that you're off course
at all.
You know what I'm saying?
But you will think it.
You at the time,
everyone will think it because that's human nature.
I went into deep, like after that meeting, knowing it wasn't gonna happen, and the Virgin deal was dead. I went into this like I was lost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Couldn't express it.
I could see that.
You know what I'm
How
saying?
could you not? You grow up looking at somebody and listening to somebody and wanting something, and you know who you are.
Yeah.
You know your capability. Yo, bro, I could hit 100 threes in a row. I could read a playbook. I could play defense. My handle is vicious. Yo, my layup line. What we? I could give you 25 and 12 a night. What we talking about? And then it's like, nah. What you mean, nah?
Right.
Won a championship last year. I scored 45 and 15. What you mean, nah? Like, you know what I'm saying? Playing the game the right way, like LeBron type shit.
Playing
what you mean,
the
nah?
right way. Didn't have the internet. Couldn't go and, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. So, like, what
it,
you mean, nah?
Tweet it,
like,
Facebook
so
it.
if you that young and that's your stat sheet and your resumes and, you got the articles of how many your stats and what you scored a night and what you've done and your trips that you're winning and what you mean, nah? So, of course, you're going to be like, that's, Arthur Agee and all that. That's hoop dream shit. What you mean, nah?
I was on Virgin. I'm like, yo, why y'all bring me here?
Right.
If this not gonna happen, I could have just stayed a Virgin.
Right.
So at the 27-year-old me, I was like, yo.
Yeah, that could have spiraled wild. That could have, you know what I'm saying? And not to go too personal into everything because I don't know, I as an avid fan and watcher of the show, but also someone who knows your life, I don't know where they cross at, but I have always been somebody who, as someone who knows you and knows your family, I've always been like, that saved them. Yeah. Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. I've said that to myself, like, that saved them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, without upstairs.
Yeah.
I think you might have spiraled.
Because she was there. I was calling. She was in Atlanta. I was like, yo.
Right.
I don't know what just happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. So, like,
next?
I don't, like, you might have spiraled in Flatbush.
Absolutely.
If it wasn't for upstairs.
Absolutely.
Shout to, you know what I'm saying?
So,
you're getting all kind of love on this episode, baby. You know what I'm saying? But, like,
love,
without a
Zeke.
doubt, I always said that to myself when thinking about you and your wonderful family.
Yeah.
I'm like, that saved them without a doubt. It was the three of them upstairs that saved them. One by one.
Yeah.
The first one and the second, that saved them.
Yeah.
Because without it, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might be in the Chinese store right now
Bruh.
with the Pooh Shiesty on. You know
we
what I'm saying?
we are blessed.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the moral of the story. We are blessed.
That saved you, man.
Yeah.
Love saved you upstairs. You know what I mean? So that's real.
Nah,
But yeah, that's
views of a lifetime, baby.
Views of a lifetime. See how the relatability connects. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for being here.
Love, man. Absolutely. I absolutely love doing these, especially with you.
Yeah.
Because of the title, NBO, man. No bars off. You know what I mean? So especially.
Nah. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Yo, if it's your first time here, come back. Cause if not, then we just disappear. You'll never see us again.
Let's do it. Let's
like
run it
all
up,
the
man,
stuff,
for
comment, subscribe, peace.
A show that's needed for the culture and for the sport, man. For real. And who better to do it than somebody who was in it? The best coaches is coaches who played in the game before, man.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yo,
Love it.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Keep taking no balls off. Peace.
Real spitters take no bars off. Huh. Yeah. MCs take no bars off.